All right, y'all. I'm sorry for making everybody wait. I'm sorry for making everybody wait. Appreciate y'all for waiting on me, man. Let me get everything situated in the studio. Let me make sure my audio is good. Appreciate y'all for waiting on me, man. All right, let's go. Let me get everything situated here. We have a continuation. We actually have a continuation. We got to talk about Gilly and Whack 100 tonight. We got to talk about Gilly pulling Whack 100's card when it comes to him beefing with another rapper, a rapper that Gillie Da Kid is very familiar with, you guys. A rapper that Gillie Da Kid has actually battled himself. Gilly battling Mysonne, y'all. Battling Mysonne in front of the likes of Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, Dame Dash, Jay-Z, Sean Carter, you guys. I'm talking about some real shit. Gillie Da Kid isn't standing up for Mysonne for no reason, you guys. Gillie Da Kid is standing up for Mysonne because of real history. And that's what we're going to get into tonight. You know, there's a major back and forth that happened between Mysonne and Whack 100. Hassan Campbell called Mysonne out about it. Hassan Campbell, maybe we'll get into those quotes tonight, y'all. Everybody share this video. Hit that like button as you're tuning into the live stream. And make sure you put it in the chat what you're blazing on. Make sure you put in the chat what city you're representing. Don't worry about that. That was just a throwback Freeway clip I wanted to put up from a little bit earlier when Freeway tapped in on one of our lives. But we got some shit to talk about tonight. Hope everybody's rolling up. Hope everybody's having a good night because we have a dope live tonight. Yep, we're talking about Gilly. We're going to be talking about King Von. Lil Tim has actually done his first interview. He officially did his first music video. He did his first music video where he was running around smoking the fattest blunt and he was, carrying around a shovel. Kind of morbid in reality, but he was shooting his video that actually came out and it did like 500,000 views in a matter of hours, and I'm just talking about I'm talking about the fact that he put out the trailer for the video. A judge later went on to say, yo, you're not going to be releasing this video in full. A judge tried to stop him from releasing the video. You know how that shit goes. They don't really want him making popularity off of what happened with him and King Von. Before that, Lul Tim, however you really pronounce his name, it's spelt a little bit funny. You know what I'm saying? Lul, Tim. But, he was relatively unknown before this situation happened, before this, this crazy situation happened that has put him on the front of all the news blogs. A lot of people question why he would actually do an interview. You know what I mean? He did an interview. He did an interview that's getting quite a bit of traction right now. He was talking about a lot coming up, but he also spoke on the incident that we're all familiar with, the incident that happened that claimed the life of King Von. And we're going to get into that a little bit tonight. But yeah, we got to talk about Gilly and Whack 100 tonight, specifically in a time when Gilly stood up for Mysonne against Whack 100. But yes, everybody share this video. Let's go. Share the video. Put it in the chat where you're from. I'm about to light up while we get going. What is going on, everybody? How's everybody's day, as they say on these natural podcasts? Me, I had a good day, man. I woke up, I see Lil Tim has a new interview. I'm like, damn, this guy actually did an interview. It's really not that smart because right now Lil Tim is actually on house arrest. Lil Tim is actually going through a very serious case where we don't really know what the outcome is going to be when it comes to Lil Tim right now. We don't know if the court is going to find leniency in this case and let him actually walk. Okay, Louisville, Kentucky's in the building. Major respect. Major respect to Louisville, Kentucky. I hear your hometown hero, Jack Harlow, is actually coming out and selling about 110,000 units first week. That's major for him and DJ Drama. Apparently, Jack Harlow is really coming in and really taking the game by storm. That's a piece of news that I read today as well. Okay, man, it's my man Deuce smoking on some White Rhino. Alicia was popping. You worked half a day, got paid the whole. Okay, that's lit. That's lit. We got Cincinnati in the building. Everybody, go ahead and share this video. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. We've got some dope news to cover tonight. King Von's suspect, Lil Tim, has actually spoken out. We all know Lil Tim is after a music career. That was completely evident when he released a music video. You know what I mean? He's got a buzz. He's releasing a video. He's got his new platinum diamond teeth. He's got his chains. Obviously, Quando Rondo has taken care of Lil Tim. Lil Tim wants to take it to the next level. Lil Tim said a few things in this interview that he's really hoping towards when it comes to his case. He's hoping that they see in his case that what he did is something that the everyday person would do. Now, there's a couple other incidents that he brought up from the case where it might act in his favor. Lil Tim might have a couple things from this incident that happened with King Von that was in his favor. We're just going to have to wait and see how it actually plays out. We're really just going to have to wait and see how it plays out, you guys. And it could take several years. It could take several years, as we know these cases usually do when you're dealing with something of that stature. But the fact that Lil Tim is actually on house arrest right now, he's on house arrest. He's fighting his charges. Obviously, shit was a little bit slowed up with the pandemic and all that. But nonetheless, these cases take a while anyways. What's poppin', CEO? Appreciate you for tapping in. Everybody share this video. Let's go. Let's get 100 people in here and we're going to get started. We're going to get started on the video tonight because we got some shit to talk about, man. We have got some shit to talk about tonight, you guys. Hope everybody's smoking good. I'm actually smoking on some runts, you guys. I'm blazing on some runts right now. Some exotic. We're blazing some exotic tonight. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping into the video. Everybody sharing the stream. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are appreciated. Damn, man. A lot of King Von haters. What can I say? A lot of King Von haters. What can I say? You got to look at it like, I always said it, these guys, Lil Dirk, NBA YoungBoy, with them going through this dilemma right now, this rivalry, both of their factions, both of their, fan bases are not going to let up. When we do the polls, in here, we do polls sometimes. Lil Dirk versus NBA YoungBoy. Who do you guys got as your favorite artist? These polls are so close. You know what I mean? You just got both fan bases raging out. The NBA YoungBoy's fan base is a little more vocal than Lil Durk's fan base, though. What's popping with you, Neil? Appreciate you. Okay, Randy, you're smoking on some runts too. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping into this live. Appreciate everybody for sharing this live. Let me see. Oh man, you're crazy, dude. What up, Vanguardian TV? Appreciate you for tapping in the video. Okay, let me get this straight. Let me get this situated. My bad, y'all. There we go. Yeah, what up, Ab? Appreciate you for tapping in. Yeah, Lil Dirk actually won the relevancy. Last night we did a poll. Last night we actually did a poll. Who did y'all like better, Lil Dirk or Chief Keef? You know, because Chief Keef actually came out at a certain point and really had the streets on fire. You know, Chief Keef had the streets on fire, you guys. But Lil Dirk at this point in time has actually surpassed the record sales of Chief Keef. He almost has pretty much doubled the record sales of Chief Keef. Just make sure my spelling is right there. Damn. Yeah, it is real. That shit is real tonight, man. That shit is real tonight, man, but it's all good. Appreciate everybody for tapping in nonetheless. You know, we got topics that we got to cover. We got topics that we got to cover tonight. We got topics that we got to cover. Let me get into this a little bit here. So guys, last night we were speaking on the issues with Gillie Da Kid and Suge Knight, but there was another part of the conversation that I wanted to get into. There was another part of the conversation that I wanted to get into involving Mysonne, you guys. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Louis Peasy. Tony Yayo's interview on Vlad TV pretty much confirmed a story that Bangum Smurf actually told. You know what I'm saying? Bangum Smurf had actually told a story when Supreme McGriff faced off with 50 Cent in the hood. Excuse me, guys. Supreme McGriff went to the hood and basically checked 50 Cent. And he hit him with the it's good 50 Cent. That's a good 50 Cent. That's what Supreme McGriff did to 50 Cent. He tried putting his hand on his head like Papa. You know what I'm saying? He tried putting his hand on his head like Papa. You know, he pretty much tried to sun 50 Cent in that moment. And this is a conversation that at one point I had with Bangum Smurf. Bangum Smurf and I had that conversation. Bangum Smurf told me about that situation, confirmed that situation with 50 Cent and Supreme McGriff, you guys. And Bangum Smurf said it in an interview. A lot of people were probably like, oh man, Bangum Smurf is just talking. Bangum Smurf is just flapping his gums, as they say. You know what I mean? Pretty much get on that type of a vibe. You know, they pretty much get on that type of a vibe. A Smurf says this thing and then he says that thing. But Vlad TV has been doing some G Unit interviews. He actually did an interview with Young Buck, and now he's done an exclusive interview with Tony Yayo, you guys. He's actually done an exclusive interview with Tony Yayo, and Yayo actually confirmed a few of the comments that Bangum Smurf made in my interview. That's right, you guys. Bangum Smurf made comments about 50 Cent and Supreme having a bit of a face-off or a meeting, however you want to look at it. You know what I mean? They had a bit of a meeting when they linked up, and Supreme did something that I guess a lot of people would find disrespectful. You know what I mean? I guess I can, you know what I mean? I guess I can remember my grandfather putting his hand on my head. You know, it had to be a type of situation like that. Now, I don't know if you guys remember 50 Cent's book, From Pieces to Weight. Everybody share this video. We're going live tonight. We got a couple dope topics. Tonight, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Now 50 Cent spoke on Supreme McGriff in his book, From Pieces to Weight. If you guys haven't read that book, I suggest you go read that book. You know what I mean? I read that book in about 2 days. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to get schooled to the knowledge of actually what's going on in the game and the relationships that these guys really had with each other in the past. You know what I'm saying? The relationships that they had while they ran alongside each other. You know, Tony Yayo also said that there was only a few people in the hood that weren't scared of certain people. 50 Cent was among this list of people. Another guy that was on the list was Hamo, as odd as that sounds. But the main point of it is that Tony Yayo confirmed something that Bangum Smurf said in an interview of mine about 50 Cent, about a run-in that 50 had with Supreme McGriff. Another run-in that Smurf had explained to me was actually the run-in that 50 had with Haitian Jack. You know, a lot of these guys, as Yayo explained to Vlad in the interview, a lot of these guys, a lot of these top tier OGs, gangsters, however you want to look at them, you know what I mean? They wanted to get around the rappers back in the day. They wanted to put their arms around the rapper. Maybe they wanted to find a way to clean their money. You know what I mean? If we're keeping it all the way real, maybe they wanted to find a way to actually clean their money by messing with legal businesses. I mean, we saw Supreme McGriff actually go and start to develop his own craft in film. You know, he actually got a movie deal where he was developing films and shit like that, but it actually got taken down. You know, his movie deal actually got taken down. He got pulled, the carpet got pulled from under him. You know, so a lot of news going on right now. Whack 100 was going in on Big U over some alleged paperwork. King Von's suspect, Lul Tim, spoke out. You know what I mean? He actually did an interview. As crazy as that sound, a man with an open case did an exclusive interview. Doesn't really make all that much sense to me, to be 100% honest with you guys. But this kid was relatively unknown before the King Von incident. You know what I mean? I don't think any of us in the chat knew his name, and you know, we didn't know the music, and that's no disrespect to him. You know what I'm saying? It's no disrespect to him. We just didn't know the music. You know what I'm saying? We were into Quando Rondo before everything that happened with King Von. You know what I mean? After everything that happened with King Von, Quando Rondo kind of turned the people off by not taking a little bit of time. You know what I mean? He tried to plow through and keep on doing shows like he had something to prove. Nah, man, you need to take a little time. You need to give the people a little bit of time to adjust, because now we're just looking at you like you're crazy. You know what I mean? Now we're just looking at Quando Rondo like he's crazy. I mean, he pops up, you know, however long later on NBA YoungBoy's album on a track called Gangsta, actually shouting out Lil Tim for what he's done. You know what I mean? Like things like that are just questionable. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that Black Youngsta has not put out an album since that whole BS concept that he pulled with Young Dolph. You know, he ruined the sponsors. He ruined any type of sponsorship that he was getting. Anybody that wanted to mess with him, I think he ruined it. We will see Black Youngsta pop up back on the scene, though, in the next few months, I'm sure. I need everybody to share this video. Let's go. Share this video tonight. First Cause says that G Unit was the first boy band of gangster rap. Who are you? I'm Mikey T, the movie star. I mean, if you haven't seen any of my interviews over the last 12 years, you must have not been searching on all the major websites, because I've been on every major website that there is out there. You name the site, I've actually been featured on it, doing interviews with different artists in the game, man. So what up, numero uno? I appreciate you for tapping in. Everybody go ahead and share this video. We got some shit to talk about tonight. You know, I was just talking a little bit about how the 50 Cent diss Supreme, right? 50 Cent diss Supreme McGriff. How did he diss him? Because when Supreme put his hand on Fifth's head, Fifth tried to do the same thing back to him. Fifth tried to put his hand on Supreme's head. You know what I'm saying? Like, he actually showed him what some would call the utmost disrespect when you try to play your boss, when you try to play the dude that's in charge, when you try to play the dude that's running things. You know what I mean? 50 wanted to be his own boss. That was evident. He wanted to make his own path. You know what I'm saying? 50 was making his own path that went into a very positive route. You know, we see where he's gone. He's made more money than a lot of people could have dreamed of. Hundreds of millions of dollars. This is the money that people dream of, you guys. I am on Clubhouse, not too frequently. Mikey T, movie star. Oh, damn. You look like you wish you had 5 different computers. Dude, logging in with every different name in the book. Yeah, you know, when somebody tries to sun you, when somebody tries to make you look like you're in a less position than them, school you. You know what I mean? When somebody tries to put you in that type of predicament, you will take it as disrespect, especially if it's happening in front of other people. Now, if that's a private moment, yo, Alicia, chill out on the chill out on the likes, Alicia, because when people have to go out like the video, they're logging out of the video. Let's keep people in the video. You know what I mean? I'm not so much concerned about the likes. I'm more concerned about the people that are in the video, the people that are sharing the video. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about the likes. We don't need people. See, now we went from 144 viewers to 136 viewers because people logged out to go like the video. We don't need people to log out of the video. We need people to stay in the video, share the video, enjoy the content. Anyways, let me get back to it. It's all good. My boy Iceberg just pointed that shit out to me. It's like when you tell people to go hit the like button, you're forcing people out of the video sometimes. So I'm not so much concerned with the likes. If you want to like the video on your way in. You know what I mean? But let's share the video. Let's enjoy the content, and let's discuss this shit with each other. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I like it. Try me. Try me says, you can be the boss. Simba, all of this that you see will be yours. Just stay out of those areas where it's all dark and shit. Or you might have to make an album called Get Rich or Die Trying. Simba, all the land that you see will be yours. Yeah, man. Read the what up, Jersey City? Appreciate Jersey City for tapping in. So let's get into the topics, man, because we've been talking about this 50 Cent dissing Supreme, it being vouched for. You know what I mean? It is actually vouched for at this point because Bangum Smurf had told me about it, but now Tony Yayo's saying it. Apparently, it is the rumor. You know what I mean? Apparently, it is what is heard in the hood. You know what I mean? When Supreme pulled up on Fifth, when Supreme pulled up on 50 Cent and they spoke, put his hand on his head. 50 was kind of like, yo, we're more like colleagues. We're more like you know what I mean? I'm more on the same, he's trying to put him on the same level. And at that point, maybe they weren't, but you just got to say to yourself, look at where 50 Cent is now. He is at a level that a lot of these guys could, you know what I mean? These guys that, you know what I'm saying, they couldn't have dreamed to be at. I'm talking about all the dudes that were depicted in like the Frank Lucas movie, you know what I mean? The Blow movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about all these movies where all these, you know, these big time guys, you know, and then 50 Cent just makes it in the music industry and he blows them out of the water. Oh man. How about you try to get in some business, bro? It looks like your shit is dry, man. How about you try to get in some business, man? Looks like your shit is dry over there. What up, Detail? Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. We got Jay Wavy in the building. Oh shoot. What? Oh, dude. You Jay, you didn't miss nothing, bro. We're really just getting into a few topics, couple smaller topics. We talked about King Von's suspect, Lil Tim, actually doing an interview, spoke on that a little bit, you know, spoke on 50 Cent actually dissing Supreme. Now, you know, Bangum Smurf clarified it in one of my interviews, but now Tony Yayo, who has done an interview with Vlad, actually spoke on it. Y'all should go check out that interview. Like I said, Vlad is doing some dope work with the G Unit guys. Did a dope interview with Young Buck. You can also check out the Lil Tim interview if you want to check that out. I want to say that's with Fuchsia's TV, a brand that I'm not too familiar with, but I mean, shit, if you're able to get an interview with Lil Tim, that says something about you. You know what I mean? But I mean, I've interviewed Macazo while he was locked up. You know what I'm saying? I've interviewed people like that. Um, Lil Tim is on house arrest right now, you guys. Lil Tim is actually looking towards ending this case. It seems like Lil Tim is actually in a position where he thinks he might come out of this in good shape, you know, just because of the way the world works. Apex is in the building. What's popping? LaShawn Harris. Actually, yeah, it's over at this point. Yeah, it's actually over with at this point, to be honest with you. What up, Jason Waters? Appreciate you for tapping in. I need everybody to share this video tonight. We're about to get into the major topics. Yeah, that interview was pretty well. It's going pretty dope. It's going pretty dope. You know what I mean? It's dope to see Yayo actually speaking on certain things. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens in the future with this interview because you know it's probably going to be bunch a bunch more clips. Yep. Oh my God, how did I do that? Oh, okay. So Fuchsia's TV be on this shit, Tay. Yeah, because I saw the interview with Little Tim and I'm like, damn, these guys got an interview with Little Tim. That's saying something to me. But you know, there's a lot of guys out there doing their thing on the blog tip, like Cam Capone. You know what I mean? All these dudes. Obviously, Fuchsia's TV. And then you got guys, Death of the Clout Chaser. You know what I mean? A lot of people just doing their thing on the blog tip. D Carter, I'm actually blazing on some runts tonight. blazing on some runts tonight. Detail, I don't think it's going to be 52 parts, bro. It's probably going to be, hopefully we get 20 parts out of it, but I doubt that. I think we'll actually, yeah, we might get about 20 parts out of it. That'd be sweet. Let me see. What do we got here, you guys? What do we got here, man? So let me see. So Whack 100 said that there's a YouTuber. He's like, I don't know his name, but he brought it out when he found the link and got all the pages of the paperwork. And we read the paperwork. And at the end of the day, I don't care if it's me, you, him, or them. It is what it is. So Whack 100 is going on a tirade here about Big U paperwork. He later goes on to say that there's something like 100 pages of paperwork, you guys. Whack is like, listen, when you in the streets and you doing all this street shit, you cannot have a contract with the police. You can't have a police issued phone. This is just weird to me. But you know, Whack 100 had actually said prior to you know what I mean, to all of this, Whack 100 said that he did not have a phone conversation with Big U in over a year. He said that he didn't have a phone conversation with him in over a year. 15 months, 16 months. You know, and maybe this is the reason behind it. Whack is like, I don't have a contract with the police at all. Because people in the clubhouse were giving Whack 100 a hard time. They were like, yo, Whack, you work with 6ix9ine. You deal with the police regularly. That's pretty much what everyone is still giving Whack 100 a hard time about. You know, they will not let Whack 100 live it down that he's actually working with a federal informant. You know, it's just kind of weird to everybody that Whack is going to still come online and call out different people like Jim Jones. You know what I mean? He's going to call out all these people online while he's working with the biggest agent of them all. You know, like the fact that he took on a partnership with 6ix9ine is even crazier than him taking on a partnership with Stitches after Stitches going spitting on the game's car. You know, it doesn't really make sense to a lot of people. A lot of the moves that Whack doesn't make sense to the people. You know, but Whack is going to kind of break down in this exclusive what he does. You know, talking about people getting phones from the police, people reporting to the sergeants. You know, Whack's just saying that's not really what he's into. Whack said, I don't have a contract with the police at all. I don't have to meet with the sergeants of this division. And it doesn't say I have to turn in this information and I have to report to this. And we issuing a phone to do this. And you done such a good job that we're going to extend your contract. I don't care who it is. And if it was me, you'd be like, Whack, you got a contract? You got a police issued phone? Whack is right. If all this shit was put on him, everybody on the internet would turn their back on him. Everybody in his clubhouse would turn their back on him. They would all lose faith in him. They would say, why are we even listening to you? You got to look at what's going on, though. You know, Whack is talking about all this shit, and he's going to bring it to popularity of they want to say the guy who snitched, the one who's the least popular, the one that they want to cancel. They're going to say that he's the one that snitched, and then they're not going to acknowledge other people because of popularity. Well, I mean, shit. In all honesty, if we're talking about popularity, Jim Jones's popularity ran out in reality a long time ago. You know, Jim Jones has gone from selling 90,000 units in a week to selling 20,000 units in a week. What is there to defend? You know what I mean? The statement, we're going to get into the statement in just a second. Like Iceberg is saying right here, dude's got old paperwork. Like I was saying, Whack 100 and Big U fell out like 16 months ago from Whack's words. Dude's got old paperwork available to the public in front like it's exclusive. Anybody who thoroughly reads can see it exposes nothing. Dudes is in on some type of outreach program. No big deal. Now, y'all, if you want to get your comments posted on the board like this, just send in a simple super chat. Or if you want to ask a question, if you want to make a comment, send in a little super chat, show some love to the channel, and I will post it up and read your comment just like this. Oh, let's see right here. Whack was like, I don't care if it was me. You'd be like, Whack, you got a contract. You got a police issued phone. You see what Whack 100 did right there, though, Iceberg. Even though this paperwork that's being alleged, you know what I mean? Even though this paperwork that's being alleged, you know, even though they have this paperwork or whatever, Whack 100 is taking it back to the fact that he's like, now if I had a contract and I had a police issued phone, you would all hate on me. Well, obviously, Whack, if you were exposed on the internet, for having a police contract and having a police issued phone, and you had to go report to the sergeant, and they were telling you, like you're saying, he did a good job, so we're going to extend his we would all be hating on you. We would all be turned off by you. Not that we aren't now about after everything you did about Nipsey, somebody from your own coast. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the East Coast and I can see that. So don't try to flip this whole thing, man. Number one, the people are mad at you. Number one, it's not going to take something like you're talking about. You know what I mean? If there was paperwork and all that type of shit on, the people are mad at you, number one. So that's already a foregone conclusion. The people are mad at you, number one. And number two, you're just flipping the narrative like usual. You just want people to agree with you. You know, you're saying now if I had paperwork and I was on a police phone, that you would all say that you don't like me. Yes, 100%. What do you expect us to say? You see what I'm saying there? Because just like Academics said, when Academics confronted Whack 100, Academics was like, you always just put up a point that nobody can disagree with. Major salute, Bobby Digital. Appreciate you for tapping in. Philly is in the building. What up, Champions Club? Ain't no cap. I mean, Aqua Fresh was popping with you. So this is where Whack went in, you guys. Share this video, everybody. Let's go. Let's get 200 people in here. Let's share this video. So Whack said, but you dudes is so weird. It's a popularity vote. And that's why I don't respect the streets. Because depending on who is doing it, that's dependent on if you're gonna ignore it. So it depends on who's doing it, and then that's if you're going to ignore it. But watch this and see. You just answered my question. If someone is really doing it, but you're ignoring it. Now, I'm going to be real. You know what I mean? I don't know who Whack is talking about right here, because he can't be talking about this thing that 6ix9ine tried to expose with the woman at Rock Nation. Number one, who cares about that? This is a music executive we're talking about. Another situation, so that throws the whole Meek Mill affiliation with Rock Nation out of the boat. Like, why are you going to continuously bring that up? That doesn't even make sense. As I said a little bit earlier about Jim Jones at this point in his career is not as popular as he once was. So bringing it back to a popularity contest makes absolutely no sense. Jim Jones isn't at the point of his career where he made ballin'. You know what I mean? So really, to say that, Whack 100 sounds a little bit out of touch saying that. Everybody keep sharing this video. Let's go. Let's get up to 200. Let's get up to 200 people. Let's go. Appreciate everybody for sharing this video. Appreciate y'all for tapping in, CEO. Appreciate y'all. We got to continue on here because Whack begun to get into what he does, what his career entails. And this is interesting. You know, I know a lot of people out there probably want to know, what does Whack 100 do? What does Whack 100's career entail? Let's get it, because I really just thought it entailed working with Ray J in the game in certain aspects, but maybe he's going to dig a little bit deeper. You know what I mean? He's like, I do not do meetups with the police sergeant. I don't have a police issued phone. I'm not contracted to give information and feedback. You're a lie. Wow. Whack seems to have all of that down. Somebody actually said something like that in the chat in a few minutes. Somebody said in the chat, you sure know a lot. You know, Whack is like, I do not meet with no police sergeant. It's funny as hell. It's funny as hell, man. Meeting with a police sergeant. Weird. He said, I do not meet with no police sergeant. I don't have a police issued phone. I didn't even know they did that. I'm not contracted to give information and feedback. He said, you're a lie. Whack said, I booked the show, cleared an album, tours. I do that kind of shit. That's attorneys, that's agencies, touring agencies. The fact that y'all doing what y'all doing and you're acting like you're not hearing what you're hearing, like you can't read what's right there. So I'm just wondering, who is he talking about? This whole situation with Mel Matrix and Shotty and, you know, them on the phone again? Is he drawn into this this big U information? You know what I mean? Is he like setting it up a little bit? Because that's what Whack does. He's like, yo, when it's right in front of your face, or when I'm telling you what's going on, you know. And he went on. He's like, if you think it's cool to be in contact with the LAPD crash division, and it says we're going to issue you a phone, and every month you have to let us know what is going on in the community and update us. So someone in the clubhouse is like, you sure know a lot. In between, you know what I mean? Between all that information that Whack spit out like that, you know what I mean? Like it just sounds like, you know, Whack has been on the earth a few more years than I, so he has obviously heard more than I have out there, you know, seen a few more things than I have out there, you know, so maybe he's accurate in a lot of this, you know, just based off of maybe hearing it from other people that he knows, or maybe just assuming some of it. But he definitely seems to have the whole thing down as far as people being contracted for information, like they're writers or something. Yeah, Jim Jones 10 albums deep in the game, bro? I know he does have a lot of albums, man. I know he does have a lot of albums, but I just think Whack 100 is wrong when he says that, you know, this whole thing of people not, you know, going at others about snitching is based on popularity. You know, you can't just say, oh, look at T.I. You know what I mean? Yeah, look at T.I. T.I.'s career has taken a drastic hit since all the speculation, or not even speculation, since everything happened with him getting arrested those 2 times. You know what I mean? T.I.'s career took a drastic hit, and you can't even say it was because he went to jail. The man dropped an album in 2008 that sold like 600,000 units, and he dropped an album in 2010 that sold like 156,000 units. So we can't just go around and say that people's careers are not being affected. You can't just say it's a popularity contest when it comes to this snitching shit, because a lot of careers do get affected by it. Jim Jones's album Capo sold like 20,000 copies first week. T.I. is getting booed out of arena after arena, it seems, when he's doing his comedy shows. I mean, I hope the best for T.I. I hope he keeps it up if that's what he wants to do. Personally, after seeing Takers, I would have thought T.I. would have had a much more productive career in film. You know what I mean? But obviously, maybe the pandemic screwed a lot of stuff up for film and shit. So T.I. had to get back to the money is what I'm saying. And look at him. He's actually performing comedy shows. All right, I'm going to stop talking about T.I. doing comedy. So let me get back into it here. Wack is like, if he thinks it's cool to be in contact with the LAPD crash division and it says we're going to issue you a phone and every month you have to let us know what is going on in the community, update us. So someone is like, you sure know a lot. And Wack goes, it's in the paperwork. Once again, this is information that was brought to us. I didn't know about it. Dude put a link up. I'm thinking it's fake. Go see if you find this document. This dude's claiming to be reading on his YouTube page. Wack had hit somebody like, yo, go find this link. This dude is claiming to be reading on his YouTube page. And then the dude hit Wack back like, yo, Wack, this is public information. 100 some pages of it. So I guess Wack is like, I guess I created this document too. I knew about the company development. I saw the Pop Warner football teams, the after school programs. Wack was saying that he saw all the positive things that were happening. Oddly, but the other day I was reading a conversation with Gillie Da Kid and Suge Knight. And it hit me, when Gillie had brought Suge on his show, that's where the issues really could have took a turn for the worse. When two guys diss each other in the presence of their own company, even if it's on a podcast, when two guys that are friends make fun of each other when they're around one another, it's one thing. But when you bring a guest on your show and then you make fun of and you make fun of one of your associates, you're in a whole nother boat at that point. And Gillie Da Kid did that when he brought Suge Knight onto the $1 million worth of game. And we actually discussed that yesterday. If you guys want to go check that stream out, it was a pretty crazy stream last night. Yo, wow. I love how people acknowledge that we got the internet on lock right now. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Los? What up, Exit 8? Los, what's poppin', man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Clarissa said that T.I. is funny. Really? You're into T.I. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Let's see if we get any votes on this poll. I'm asking you guys, is T.I. funny when it comes to comedy shows? Because I mean, sure, the guy had some cool one-liners on his television shows. When he was on VH1, what channel was he on, you guys? I don't think it was MTV, but when he was on television, he did have some funny one-liners. He was kind of he was smooth. You know what I mean? I don't really know how it's translating to the comedy shows, though. Actually having to be up there for 15 minutes. What up, Numeral? You smoking on that black that BPB Backpack Boys? Oh yeah, the Backpack Boys. Yeah, I'd be messing with that shit. I be messing with that shit. The Backpack Boys. Actually, they had it out here once in Connecticut, but now I pretty much just go to this dispensary. So let me get back into this here. So like I said, we had spoke on Gilly interviewing Suge, but another conversation happened where Gilly was talking to Whack 100 about Mysonne. And that's what I want to get into tonight. Gilly had asked Whack 100, he's like, why and how? He's like, how do you end up in all them beefs? Wack's like, that ain't no beef. Suge is just hating. And so Gilly's like, well, how do you think you're gonna give Mysonne? How do you think you're gonna give Mysonne? Either you're gonna let it go or we going to get down. Damn. So Gilly's like, you either gonna let it go or we gonna get down. And a few days ago, I had covered it. You know, Hassan Campbell had said that Mysonne really didn't have what it took. You know what I mean? He said Mysonne let Whack 100 drag him all over Clubhouse. You know what I mean? Mysonne didn't really live up to the hype in when it came to going against Whack 100, and that's where Hassan Campbell stepped in. So Whack 100 replied, Whack is like, what else is it? Ain't no sense in talking about it. I don't like the fact that he claims to be. I don't like the fact that he claims to be. You know, I guess he's talking about Mysonne's new outlook. You know what I mean? Mysonne transitioning properly. I mean, you know what I mean? If you look at Mysonne, the rapper, to Mysonne, the public speaker, the you know what I mean? Mysonne, the influencer. You know what I mean? He transitioned naturally. He transitioned organically. You know what I mean? The people took to him transitioning quite well. Now, Whack 100, he's in the middle of a transition from Clubhouse to podcasting, and it's not going so well. You know what I mean? It's not going as well as Mysonne has adapted, you know, going from spitting all those raps that just stopped connecting. Like I was talking about it yesterday. You know, Mysonne got locked up and he kind of missed his era. He came out and his music wasn't connecting, but he transitioned. He transitioned into what he's doing today, and he's making a major impact. He's doing his thing, and it's not necessarily none of it really has to do with beefing with other rappers. And Iceberg, my guy, hates the way I be saying his name, Mysonne, but it is what it is. And now everybody in the chat is immediately going to be on it. Like Mikey T, we was letting you live on that for a second. Yeah, Gilly's going to get into that as far as the paid activists comments. You know what I mean? Gilly's going to get into that in just a second here, you guys. So Gilly actually cut him off. You know, Whack is like, what else is it? Ain't no sense in talking about it. I don't like the fact that he claims to be, and Gilly cut him off. He's like, that's not facts. That's not facts. Whack is like, why is Mysonne in my business? What I'm doing, and he claims he's not in the street. Why are you paying attention? Why are you paying attention with what's going on with me? Why are you paying attention with what's going on with me? Whack 100 is asking Gilly, well, he's really asking Mysonne, why are you paying attention? Why are you paying attention with what's going on with me? John, nah, I'm just covering a topic tonight from the past. Actually, there's a couple topics where Gilly has pretty much put Whack 100 on blast. For everybody out there asking for, for everyone out there asking for a Gillie Da Kid response, a Gillie Da King response to Whack 100 for all the recent squeeze, all these squeezing accusations, all the squeeze talk. Gilly has put this man, Gilly has put this man on blast. Gilly has put this man on blast in the past. Gilly has put this man on blast in the past. He's put him on blast in the past in regard to Suge Knight. Right here, what we're reading, he put him on blast in regard to Mysonne. So I really don't think that, everyone should be reading into Gilly responding to Whack so much at this point. You know what I mean? It's kind of like tit for tat. Gilly has got him a few times. Whack is just trying to catch up. Whack is just trying to catch up. So listen here. So Gilly cut him off when he was saying that he doesn't like what he claims to be. Whack is like, Gilly's like, that's not facts. That is not facts. Whack is like, why is my son in my business and what I'm doing? And he claims, and he's not in the street. Why are you paying attention with what's going on to me? Gilly's like, he clearly stated that you talked about him first. You said you right. You got that. I talked about you. So my son put Whack on blast for speaking on him first. You know what I mean? It wasn't my son who went out of his way to speak on Whack 100. Whack 100, from my son's point of view, spoke on him first. Gilly's putting that out there. And you said, you right. You got that. I talked about you. So Whack admitted to it. You talked about me. So what you want to do? We going to squash it or we going to get down? Like, no, that's not where it's at. If I talked about you, Gilly said, if we need somebody to speak at the schools. So Gilly is speaking up for my son. You know what I mean? In regard to what he's doing. You know what I mean? Making that approach in his career. You know what I mean? Turning the leaf, if you will. You know what I mean? In his career. Gilly said, we need somebody to speak at the schools. We need somebody who was behind them walls to talk to the kids. I'm telling you to stop the dumb shit. I'm just saying, if I had an issue and I started it again. I know I started it. I'm going to give the dude some respect. Whack said, I didn't start it. Gilly's like, he exposed you starting it. He exposed you starting it. Whack is like, I didn't start it. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just lighting up this runts. Hope y'all are smoking good tonight. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys are enjoying the show. This is the second time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure I'm going to find, if I got to, man, I think there's a clip out there where Gil did it to him again. This Gil going in on Whack is funnier than Benzino, those new Benzino videos on the internet. Like Gil going in on Whack is funnier than those. Oh, right. Love when. Oh, hold on one second. What y'all smoking on? Oh, did you already tell me, dude? What y'all blazing on out there, man? Try me. Said Whack likes playing tennis. It's immature. Yeah, it's like send it back, and I'm gonna send it back. Matthew, what's better than as the world turns? What up, Frank? What's popping with you, man? Appreciate you for tuning in. Hit that share button. Make sure y'all share this video. So, Gilly said here, like, we need somebody to speak at the schools. We need somebody who was behind them walls to talk to the kids. I'm telling you to stop the dumb shit. I'm just saying. Gilly's like, I'm just saying. If I had an issue and I started it and I know I started it, I'm going to give the dude some respect. Whack is like, I didn't start it. Gilly's like, yo, he exposed you. He exposed you for starting it. Whack responded like, he's worried about the business. He's worried about the business I'm doing with 6ix9ine. Let me tell you what. He is jealous of 6ix9ine because he's a New York rapper. So now Whack 100 is claiming that Mysonne is jealous of 6ix9ine, you guys. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me on the smoke break. Major salute to my guy, Try Me. Appreciate you, Try Me, with the $4.99 super sticker. Yeah, I'm not answering your ignorant ass questions, man. Talking about dumb shit in the chat. For real. Trying to get me to say weird stuff in the chat, man. I'm not talking about stuff like that on YouTube. You know what I mean? That stuff is for the clowns, man. I'm not on here talking about that. Super sticker. Appreciate you, Try Me. We don't do certain things on my YouTube channel. We talk about hip hop on my YouTube channel, you guys. You don't hear me on here talking about conspiracy theories. You don't hear me talking about government politics or what's going on like that. You hear me on here talking about hip hop, you guys. So miss me with that other shit, to be honest with you. But I appreciate the super sticker. If you guys want to get your comment posted up on the live feed, be sure to send in a super chat. It doesn't matter if it's $2, $5, $10, whatever you guys send in. If you want to get a comment posted on the live feed, just send in a super chat question or a statement. I will read it up. Just try to be respectful with the statements. You know what I'm saying? It is YouTube. You know what I mean? This is a social media platform. We got to be weary about what we say. We got to be not even weary. We got to be respectful about what we say on here. And you guys know I always am. I come on here for like 3 hours. I'm streaming live podcast. I don't come on here and say the worst things. I don't come on here and say any, obscenities. I try to keep it clean on here, but we get out clear and positive messages and thoughts, opinions. That's what we do on this channel. We don't do that other shit where we be saying too much. I'll leave that to the other channels. You know what I mean? I'll save that for when I get on XM radio. You know what I mean? When I get a real deal like that and they're like, Mikey T, it is no holds barred. You can say whatever you want to say. But till then, I'm not crossing those lines, just to be real with y'all. But I appreciate Try Me for the $4.99 super sticker. Appreciate you coming in with that super sticker, man. Everybody that actually supports the channel and sends in super chats, just know I will read out your comments. I will comment on what you have to say. And also I will, answer your questions if you send them in. But let me go to the chat. Let me go to the poll actually. Is T.I. funny? We asked the chat. We got 50 votes right now. Let's get another 100 votes in there. Major salute to my guy, Try Me. Major respect. I want y'all to let me know. Vote in the poll right now. Is T.I. funny when it comes to a comedy show? Vote in the poll right now. I don't want to know if you guys think T.I. can tell a good joke. You know what I mean? He's obviously funny. He's funny in some, you know what I mean, in some situations. I want to know, what do you guys think about him doing this new approach of jumping on the stage like Chris Rock and Chris Tucker? Let me finish out this L right here. I'm about to have to roll something else up. We're about to get back into the topic, though. We're about to get it back into the topic. Yeah, but Uprise, I really feel like T.I. should have stuck with the movies. You know what I mean? I really feel like T.I. should have stuck with the movies. He was making such a, like an impact when it came to film, and then he strayed away from it, I guess. I thought T.I. was better than a lot of the other hip hop artists that actually jumped into movies. You're hilarious, man. You know, T.I. was doing some funny shit on that old show he had with all of his kids, when he would have like Damani on the show and then his son King. And then it was actually they were actually going to give T.I. another show, but it was going to be more of a like a PG-14 show, so it wasn't going to be so like they could swear on the show, they could smoke on the show. They had like King, he was in the jacuzzi, like smoking up T.I.'s butt and shit. And T.I. was like, "What do you think you're doing?" Like, I thought that would have been interesting, them to have a little bit of a show where they could really show their real lives more than just the sitcom type shit. Oh, I heard you is up out of here. Major salute, Hartford, Connecticut. Appreciate everybody tapping in from Hartford, Connecticut. Y'all know I'm from Connecticut. Yep. Yeah, Clarissa. T.I. did all right in American Gangsta, but I really thought what he did in Takers was pretty dominant. I thought there was a lot more for him to do on the screen. I thought he was better than Ludacris. I thought he was better than LL Cool J when it came to acting. Probably even better than 50 Cent. But 50 pretty much only had one or two or three mainstream movie roles that you actually would remember. Get Rich or Die Trying. He was also in the Al Pacino movie with Robert De Niro. That was horrible. What else was he in? He was in that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, a couple movies like that. That's why I say T.I. is better than him when it comes to acting. Appreciate you, Bobby. Yeah, Freeway popped on the live. Freeway was actually on live with us, tuned in the chat. You know what I mean? Voting in the poll. Freeway popped in on the live. So I shot him a message and he actually joined us on video. Oh, shit. Mike Common was T.I.'s father in American Gangsta. But let me see. Where were we at here with this news here? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We were at the 6ix9ine portion of the show. Damn it, why did I have to say it like that? Why did I have to say it? So let's get into this 1 second. Yeah, Alicia, I'm not talking about 50 in his television roles. I'm talking about 50 in his movie roles. Because I never saw Power. I just saw BMF. I probably should watch Power. That shit's probably dope. Hold on 1 second, you guys. There's my notes right there. The hell's my notes? Let me check this poll before I close it. Yeah, it looks like 75% of the people say no. 75% of the people say no for T.I. when it comes to comedy shows. 25% of the people, I guess, are going to go spend money on that. So let me see right here. Oh, wow. Yeah, we went over that yesterday about Suge Knight bringing $600 million to death row. Gillie Da Kid was flipping out on Whack 100 about him and you know what I mean. Him actually, he's like Suge made death row $600 million. But let me find where we're at tonight. So Gilly's like, he exposed you for starting it. And Whack was like, he's not worried about the business. I said, he's worried about the business I'm doing with 6ix9ine. Let me tell you what. He's jealous of 6ix9ine because he's a New York rapper who thinks he ain't supposed to be bigger than he is. He's jealous of 6ix9ine because he's a New York rapper. So Whack is saying pretty much that Mysonne. Now this you guys, this makes about as much sense as saying that Jim Jones is still a popular rapper. No hate to my brother Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Jim Jones is at the point where he's selling 20,000 copies. You know what I mean? He's not at the Migo part of his career. You know? So to say that Mysonne is jealous of 6ix9ine, Mysonne really isn't even at that point. Mysonne isn't even really at that point of his career where he would want to be like 6ix9ine is at right now. Look, an interesting concept that he's bringing up because you would think that because you know Mysonne, obviously a New York rapper who didn't get to experience the height of his career, he didn't really get to experience the height of his career where he could go on Instagram every day and pull in 1 million viewers or 2 or 3 million viewers saying all the crazy shit that he wanted to say back in the day. He didn't really control it like that at that point, but it's different because first of all, social media wasn't around like that. Mysonne would have rather did that through releasing records. Another thing, Mysonne got locked up, you know, so you can't really put him in that. That's an interesting theory that Whack 100 is bringing up here, you know, saying that he's jealous of the relationship that he has with 6ix9ine. More than that, though, he's saying that he's jealous of the career that 6ix9ine has being, you know, he's saying that 6ix9ine, he's jealous of 6ix9ine because he's a New York rapper who thinks he ain't supposed to be, and he's bigger than him. Gilly said, I don't know about all that. Maybe he look at 6ix9ine like dudes go to jail and do their time because I left people in the prison because dudes who was rolling with them told on them. Gilly said, at the end of the day, I got locked up with my wife. We went to court 6 deep. My wife wrote me a letter from prison. So Gilly's digging back into that memory of when he actually got locked up. He's actually digging back into that memory. What was I saying? Anyways, um, yeah. Gilly just, you know, Gilly's like, at the end of the day, I got locked up with my wife. You know, he's got into that story a few times where, I remember waking up and reading that story about Gilly getting locked up back in the day. Back in the day, hearing that story about Gilly getting locked up. And, a lot of people were thinking it was over for Gil at that point, because the marijuana laws really weren't as lax back then. You know what I mean? The marijuana laws were not as lax back then. And for him to be in that predicament, You know, he was kind of in a Rollo like predicament, if you will. I mean, that's actually why I asked him about Rollo that one time, believe it or not. That's actually why I asked Gilly about Rollo that time. I don't know if you guys had seen that interview where I asked Gilly about Rollo, but it was, you know, one of the dopest conversations we had. Y'all can go check that shit out. Just sorry, 1 second, you guys. Just doing something. Everybody get your final votes. Everybody get your final votes in the chat right now. I'm about to in the poll. I'm about to pull this poll off in the next few seconds. I'm about to pull this poll off in the next few seconds. So everybody take a second to vote in the poll real quick if you want to. It's just a yes or no question. We're going to get right back into this topic of Whack 100 pretty much saying that Mysonne is jealous of 6ix9ine. Hold on 1 second. Looks like we got a nope, my bad. My bad. Thought I saw a super chat. My bad, but that was my other screen popping up with like 8,000 messages on it. Let me just get this situated right here and we'll be back in business. Get this situated right here and we are back in business. Yes, sir. There we go. Yeah, man, I got to check that movie out actually, CEO. What up, Randy Mack? Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. So let me get back into it. Gilead said, at the end of the day, I got locked up with my wife. We went to court 6 deep. My wife wrote me a letter from prison talking about, no, you don't got to tap out. If I got to do 3 years, I can do it. At the end of the day, no ratting was going on, no snitching. So you think I'm going to respect the guy who told? I'm not. Now, Wack said, you need to put all this pain into the album. Wack brought it up how, you know, he actually has the right to the next Gilly album. He's kind of been putting that out there. You know, he's kind of been putting it out there that he bought the remainder of Gilly's contract that Birdman had, apparently. You know, he's actually still putting it out there that he had bought. I wish I would have did a story about that earlier. You know what I mean? Wack saying that he had bought Gilly's music contract, because right now, you know, Wack, Wack has claimed to have Gilly's next album, and right now Gilly is arguably his most popular. You know, Gilly is arguably at his most popular. He would probably sell 15 or 20,000 copies. I'm sure Wack wants in. You know what I mean? Look at what happened with Blueface. They sold a few records. I'm going to end this poll right now. It looks like it's 70. Oh, whoa. We just got up another couple votes. Looks like 27% of the people would like to go see T.I. do some comedy shows. 73% of the people say no. I should have made that hell no. Oh, shit. All right, cool. We Gucci over there. So, anyways, Wack said you need to put all this pain into the album. Kind of funny that Gilly and Wallow were actually just put on Coi Leray's album. You know, she moved a few units, 11,500 units, I guess. I believe she pointed that out to somebody who said that she sold less. She's like, that was 11,500. 11,500 units is impressive. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude, this rapper Caskey was actually saying, yo, if an artist, if a musician can move 10,000 units of something, that is impressive. Yeah, he had a good point right there. A lot of people are going to come out and they're going to sell 27 copies. So if you can actually put out a project of any sort, you know what I mean? I guess whether maybe it just relates to music. I'll have to ask my brother if it relates to movies. If you sell 10,000 movies, if that's going to do it. But if you sell 10,000, you're going to sell some more. Let me see where we're at with this. Because Wack is telling Gilly to put that pain in the album, the new Gillie Da Kid album. You know what I mean? He's already done the $1 million worth of game mixtape, so I don't know what the album is going to be called. Damn, everybody, vote in the poll. Vote in the poll right now. I still see people voting in the poll. I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds. So Wack, I guess, asked about his tour, and Gilly said that the tour was wonderful. The $1 million worth of game touring. Wack owns the rights to his album, I guess, and they just went on a podcast tour. Gilly said, in Philly, we sold the Met out. Wack is like, Gilly, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth, Gilly. When you were talking to Suge, you could detect the hate. So Suge, the Suge topic came up. Wack 100 could not help himself. He had to ask Gillie Da Kid about Suge Knight, you guys. He had to ask Gillie Da Kid about the conversation that he had with Suge Knight. Wack is like, Gil, tell the truth. When you were talking to Suge, you could detect the hate. What hate was Gil supposed to be able to detect from Suge Knight? First of all, the man's over the phone. Most of the time, when a forgotten celebrity, if you will, being the fact that they've been locked up for a little bit of time, they're mostly overjoyed to be on the phone and discussing what they've got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember talking to Max B in 2011 after he'd been locked up for a few years, and then I spoke to him in 2013 again. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lot. That's what they say about Max B in a lot of situations. They say Max B is the type of guy that makes you feel like you're locked up. You know what I mean? Max B will have you feeling like when you're talking to him that you're like that he's not even locked up in jail, just because of the way that his spirit is. Just because of the way that his spirit is, you know what I mean? But Max B is the wave god, y'all. He'll be coming home in 2025. Let's get it. What's popping? What's popping with you? Let's get it. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Matt says talking on the phone gets you locked up. Yeah, I was going to say that as well, Matt. You need to be careful. You need to be, appropriate with what you're talking on the phone about. You know what I mean? You can't be just talking about anything you got to be talking about, something that's actually not going to get you messed up. You don't want to be talking about anything that could relate to your case. If that's what you're going, whatever you're going through, you're not going to want to talk about that because they can bring all that shit up in your case and be like, well, he actually said this here and this relates to his case in this aspect. Everything's good. Let's get it. Appreciate Cali tapping in. California's in the building tonight. That's what I'm talking about. So Gilly had said that the tour was wonderful, the $1 million worth of game touring, and this kind of plays into Wack 100 apparently or allegedly owning the rights to Gilly's album. You know what I mean? Shit. Wack 100 would probably set up a whole tour. He'd probably set up a whole tour behind the $1 million worth of game just to sell the albums at the tour, just so he can get his cut. He probably got the rights to distribute the album for low cost. You know what I mean? He probably got it for a low cost, so he's gonna cake on that shit. How receptive is Gilly gonna be towards it? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Wack will probably give him a good advance. You know what I mean? Wack will probably give him a dope advance. see what's going on here. We'll see. What up, Hartford, Connecticut? Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in, Hartford, Connecticut. MDM Films. Well, bro, you could see what I'm talking about. You could see what I'm talking about if you rewind the video, bro. Oh yeah, so this is where we're at with it. You know, Whack basically confronted Gilly about his interview. You know what I mean? Whack basically confronted Gillie Da Kid about his interview with Suge Knight. You know, he wanted to ask him about it. He wanted to ask him, like, because you know, one thing Suge Knight is known for, it's known for, you know what I mean? It's known for negativity. You know what I mean? Suge is known to a certain degree for negativity. You know what I mean? When it comes to all the episodes that we've heard about Death Row, you know, the fall of Death Row, if it to a certain extent, it has outweighed all the positive achievements that Death Row has made. Now, with Suge Knight buying the company back or getting the company back, that's why I brought the posters back up. You know what I mean? Death Row's in a positive light right now, you guys. He's bringing it out of there. I'm interested to see what Snoop does in the future for Death Row Records. So, you know, but yeah. So Suge Knight basically thought to be a negative cat, but I mean, like I said, he's getting an opportunity to speak out on a platform that's major. Now, you know, Suge Knight was cool with Gillie Da Kid when it wasn't cool to be cool with Gillie Da Kid. You know what I mean? So now the fact that Gillie has blown up and still is doing an interview with Suge, I don't think he would be anything other than elated. You know what I mean? At this point, Suge Knight, I mean, I don't think the Breakfast Club is having Suge Knight on their show. You know what I mean? At this, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Go look it up. Someone can let me know. But a lot of the platforms, they've interviewed Suge already. You know, they're past that. They're kind of past that at this point, you guys. So for Suge Knight to have invested at a certain point in his career in a relationship with Gillie Da Kid, you know, picking up, even if it's just something as small as picking up the phone, you know, this is where it has gone on to the fact that Gillie has the biggest platform on the internet. I mean, we heard, you know what I'm saying? We heard Joe Budden actually jump on, you know, we heard him on talk about it. I heard him on Instagram. It was an Instagram clip where Joe Budden was saying the top 3 podcasters definitely Nori, his, and Gillie. You know, so he's already getting that acknowledgement to have a top 3 show. He's already getting acknowledged as having a top 3 show. I really can't believe that, you guys. Like, how quick, you know what I mean? I really can't believe how quick that it has happened. Obviously, I believe in Gillie and Wallow and all them, you know what I'm saying? But yo, West Philly, what up, squad? Appreciate you for checking in. Excuse me. Man, one thing, don't be tuning in here and like messing up the chat like that. You know what I'm saying? You throw everything off in the room. That's one thing I'm going to say. Don't tune in my chat. Don't be tuning in my chat and like throwing the whole chat off. Don't tune in my chat and say, yo, this other person is live. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to block your comments if you do that. Like, come on, miss my channel with that shit. Somebody tuning into the channel being like, yo, go tune, you know what? Miss me with that shit. And That's what. What up? What up? Positive. Yeah, like I was just talking to Cuban Link the other day. I was literally just messaging Cuban Link the other day. So to be so to be so to be so to be post uprise. Nah, she just posted that shit in my chat and then it's like, it's just like somebody else the other day came in and posted in the chat this other guy who's like and he's like, "Yo, um this dude is live." And it's like, "Bro, really? You're going to come into my live video to say somebody else is live?" Yeah, I just don't appreciate that when people come into the chats and try to take shit over like that. Yeah, Sean. Like that shit annoys me superly. That annoys me superly. Especially when I'm in the middle of a live video and somebody, it's like, somebody just trying to take control of the video and shit. Like that's what annoys me most about it because like we're in the middle of talking about shit and somebody new comes to the channel, they're enjoying themselves. I see them vibing in the chat with all the people, you know what I'm saying? It just throws everything off. Like miss this channel with that. Let me see what we got going on here though. Let me see what we got going on here. And I got nothing but love for Cuban Link. You know what I mean? Cuban Link actually just dropped a comment on this page the other day. You know what I'm saying? Cuban Link just dropped a comment on the 10 Toes Down interview the other day, and I hit him on Instagram, and I hit my boy who actually works with him, and we're talking about doing an interview. You know what I mean? No, I understand. Yeah, some are new, but like some are new, but they like get it twisted to the point where they're like, "Oh, okay." Let me see. Yeah, Iceberg. I'm gonna definitely be. You know what the topic is, Aaron? What's going on with you, man? You know what the topic is, bro. Gillie Da Kid. Gillie Da Kid basically talking about putting Whack on blast, checking Whack over his beef with Mysonne. I think we all know that Gillie Da Kid has a rich relationship with Mysonne. These two have gone back to the point where they battled one another. These two have actually battled one another in the past. So Gilly actually knows Mysonne's story and he respects where he's gone with his career. And he just wanted to point that out to Whack 100. And he did. He clearly pointed that out, when he told him about the fact that we need somebody, speaking at the schools, somebody that has actually been behind the walls. That's why people like Wallow coming out after 20 years, you know what I mean? And taken to social media as thoroughly as he did, you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people, I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of people be coming out and all this stuff is damn foreign to them. You know what I mean? All the changes and going live, and now you're live in a little box on your phone, and people are watching this thing like a television. They got to adapt to all that. Now you're typing on a phone like it's you know what I mean? They just got to adapt to all that type of shit, and it's just crazy how Wallow did so quickly, and you know what I mean? And he just really took it to a whole nother level with just the way that he promotes himself and the way that he can promote others. And he was a great addition to what Gilly was doing. He was almost like he was like the yin to his yang. I really think they should do a series that's kind of like The Odd Couple. That's just my opinion, because they are kind of like The Odd Couple. Oh shit, those votes in the chat shot up for the poll, but we still got 74% of the people. We just got another 25 votes, but we still got 74% of the people saying no, they do not want to see a T.I. show. Yep, try me. Wallow definitely did make his lane. They got slides, Matt. They got $1 million worth of game slides. It's pretty lit. What's popping with your schizo? Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight on this live stream. About to roll something up real quick, y'all. Let me see what we got here. So Gilly pointed out that Mysonne, the Mysonne beef with Whack 100 was actually started by Whack. Whack actually apparently agreed to it, but then he took it back. You know, Whack said, I didn't start it. And Gilly's like, he exposed you starting it. And then he's like, he's worried about the business that I'm doing with 6ix9ine. Whack 100 pretty much gets blasted every single time he goes on Clubhouse about the business he does with 6ix9ine. In this conversation he was having with Big U, or about Big U, you know, that I was talking about earlier, there were people in the chat pretty much talking about, like, how are you going to talk about somebody else having paperwork when you actually deal with somebody who openly works with the feds, meaning 6ix9ine. Whack 100 really is on this tip that everybody in New York, all the New York rappers, they only dislike 6ix9ine because of the fact that they can't do as many views as him. Now, I pointed out the fact that 6ix9ine is not doing as many views as he once was. You know, when he first got out of jail, he actually did 39 million views in a single day. You know, with Gooba, he followed it up with Trolls, and he did 32 million views in a day. Granted, that had Nicki Minaj on it. You know, he actually still was, he moved 39 million views in a single day. And now on his recent projects, he's only doing 10 million views in a single day. Look at that numbers drop. Why is nobody pointing this out? Everybody's just so, you know, hyped to be a part of something that's doing 10 million views in a day. You know what I'm saying? They're just so hyped to be a part of 10 million views a day. They're just, you know, they're neglecting to mention the fact that he at one point did 40 million views in a day. Like, come on, let's be real here. The numbers have dropped drastically. Why isn't Academics saying this? Academics is calling out, you know what I mean? Academics is calling out Whack 100 to his face about being wrong about Jim Jones. Academics is, you know, calling him out about, you know, the paperwork that he's, you know, wrong about, the timeline that he's wrong about. You know, he's calling Whack 100 out about being wrong about the tone that he used on the podcast. Let's see, where's the rest of my ganja? Why not? I guess it's because 6ix9ine is actually his friend. You know, maybe 6ix9ine is actually Academic's friend, whereas, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 6ix9ine is actually Academic's friend, whereas Whack 100 is just a business acquaintance. What? Alicia. Oh, damn. I'm about to. Damn, Alicia, I appreciate you. $50 donation. Damn, I'm rolling up to that. I never have much to ask. So here's my dono for the first half of the evening. Shout out to you, Mikey T. Mad respect for what you do as a fan of real hip hop. As always, shout out to the chat and happy Mother's Day. I definitely appreciate you, Alicia. You're a mother, Alicia. I didn't know if you had posted that in the chat ever, but I really appreciate the super chat, man. I really appreciate you adding to the chat as well. Remember, you've got that wrench. you got the wrench on your name. So if you need to actually take, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So you actually can take. I don't do Venmos, CEO. I don't do Venmos or anything like that. If you want to send anything to help the channel, the best way is to send it right here on YouTube. So I really appreciate that, Alicia. And like I said, anybody who sends a super chat in, it's all appreciated. You can also send in a statement that I will read out. You can also ask a question that I will answer. Just make sure it's respectful, but it can be whatever you want. The question doesn't even have to relate to the topics that we're speaking on, but I really appreciate that, Alicia. You are the shit. And like I said, you got that wrench. If you see anything outlandish in there, like all them spam, all that, you know what I mean? When you get a lot of viewers in the chat, there's always some spam in there. Sometimes I don't get to it, but I really appreciate that. Just like right now, how I can't get to my extra runts. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that up. That's the super chat of the night right there. That is the super chat of the night. And I'm about to roll the L of the night. Actually, this is definitely not the L of the night. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. We'll get right back into it. Excuse me, I'm just rolling something up. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Anyways, let's get back to it. Because we're going to address this whole jealousy. He's jealous of 6ix9ine because he's bigger. He's jealous of. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yep, he's jealous of him because he's a New York rapper. Okay, not because he's bigger. Okay. So at least he's not. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. That was literally right after that. He's jealous of 6ix9ine because he's a New York rapper who thinks he ain't supposed to be, and he's bigger than him. Of course, he's bigger than him. What y'all blazing on? Is everybody blazing tonight? Let me know. Put it in the chat. I'll post it up. Let me know what you're blazing on tonight. Let me know what everyone's smoking on, man. I'll put it up in the chat. Definitely appreciate you. Jesus, let's not even talk about that anymore. Try me. I really don't like when people come in and try to like take away from the live video that we're all doing, man, with some stupid narrative. You know what I mean? Like, Matthew said toasted already. Ontario, Gorilla Glue. So, all right, I see Ontario, Canada. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. Got the Bel Air on deck. Best one, too. Bel Air Blue. So yeah, man, Gilly checked this situation, you know what I mean? Gilly pretty much checked this situation where he told him pretty much at the beginning of when we started this. Gilly's like, how do you think you're going to get it with my son? He said, either you're going to let it go or we're going to get down. So basically, Gilly was telling Whack 100 to let his beef with my son go, you guys. Gilly wanted him to just let that shit go, y'all. Hassan Campbell had a few different words, though, about it. You know, Hassan Campbell had a few different words. Hassan said that my son couldn't really stand up in that whole situation. You know what I mean? He's saying that my son got dragged all through Clubhouse in that situation. I could only imagine how it would have been if Hassan was actually at that live podcast. You know what I mean? With him and Whack and Academics and Adam 22 and Gilly and Wallow. You know what I mean? With the way that Gilly is going at it here with Whack 100 about my son. Hold on one second. Let me get back to that. Sorry, y'all. I got off of that. I got a little bit back into the topic. You know, because a lot of people have been saying, like, yo, man, Gilly hasn't been saying nothing. Gilly already said a lot. Gilly actually already said a lot, you guys. Let's not miss the fact. Let's not miss these facts. Gilly has said stuff with Suge live on his podcast. Gilly has said stuff with Whack right to his face. And Gilly has, you know what I mean, talked to Whack about situations with people that he's familiar with, like my son. So let's not forget about that, you guys. When everyone's talking about this hoorah about 50, about, you know, Ja Rule, 50 and Ja Rule shit when it comes to Gillie Da Kid, you know, in Whack 100. I don't really think it's all that. You know, I really don't think it's all that at this point. You know, leave it to Whack, who's trying to flip the script right now. You know what I mean? Leave it. Maybe Whack should go on Queen's Flip's channel. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll flip the script for him. You know what I mean? Maybe that'll change the narrative for what he's got going on. Yeah, Randy, we keep it rap over here, bro. Randy Mack, we keep it rap music over here. We keep it hip hop. You know what I mean? We talk about entertainment. You know what I'm saying? We talk about entertainment. I don't really dive into all the conspiracy theories. I don't really dive into all that. You know what I mean? That type of shit. You know, it's just not my style. I like to focus on what is real. Major shout out to Gillie Da Kid. You know, Gilly always holds it down, man. So Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to open it up, you guys. If anybody has any open questions, who's got some open questions tonight? Let's go. If y'all got any open questions about the topics, anything in general, y'all can send them in now. Oh, yeah, there we go. I got an interview with Freeway. Freeway popped in on the live. I want you guys to check that out. I'm about to pin it. I'm pinning up my interview with Freeway from Rockefeller State Property. My guy SV Twiz was in the interview as well. I need y'all to check that out if you haven't seen it. Oh shit, that's dope. CM Brock says, shout out to Gilly for real. He's the reason I knew about you from his interviews with you. CM Brock, what does it go back to, man? Does it go back to the 2016 interviews, the 2013 interviews? You know what I mean? I've been doing interviews with Gilly for quite a few years, man. I do appreciate you recognizing some of those interviews too, Brock. That's love. But yeah, I posted up in the pin section of the chat. I posted up my interview with Freeway. See. My guy Do says, Mikey, can you tell the chat how many years you've been around celebrities without counting childhood, please? They need to know. Well, childhood, I mean, I really only got started with this in 2009, to be honest with you. So, 2009 is really when I first started getting involved in the music industry. Some of the first people I was around was like Freaky Zeke, you know what I mean, from Dipset. I got the chance to be around, the XG Unit guys, Bang'em Smurf, Domination, Maybach Dice. You know what I'm saying? They were working with MMG at the time. I ended up moving down to Florida, so I had the opportunity to be around the likes of, Gunplay and Torch, Young Breed, and Mass Pike Miles at the time a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was around all those guys, being that I was in Florida. I was around the likes of Scott Storch, a lot of different things, in my past. If anybody has any open questions right now, you could send them in. Oh yeah, Alicia, we have a lot of live interviews planned. We have a lot of live interviews planned, just so you guys know. You never know who will pop into this channel. You know what I'm saying? We've had Gillie Da Kid pop in here. We've had G Unit, former former Young Money, Cash Money artist, Kid. We've had a lot of people pop in on the lives, man. Compton Menace from straight out of Compton. OG Two Tone popped in the other night. That's my guy, though. That's my guy. Who was your first interview, Mikey T? Again, first interview. Oh, well, yeah, I just said it. My first interview was actually Freaky Zeke. My first interview was actually Freaky Zeke from Dipset. Yep, my first interview actually got put on World Star, so it was crazy. You know what I mean? After that, the ball just started rolling. My second interview on World Star was with Domination. We were pretty much putting it out there about Maserati Fox's relationship with 50 Cent and G Unit, so they put that on World Star. Then I did an interview with 40 Glock, which really jump started my relationship with World Star Hip Hop. They put up like 5 clips from my interview with 40 Glock that just completely went majorly viral, Oh, yeah. So, and then I just, went to Miami. I moved to Miami. The style of the content started to change. I started doing all these behind the scenes. Like I was there with Rick Ross, and Fat Trell and Tracy T when they were shooting their remix to that Future song called Shit. And I put the behind the scenes on World Star. I was around when French Montana did his Paranoid remix video with all the guys, Jadakiss and Lil Dirk, where I showed that clip from. You know what I'm saying? So I got a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things and post my content on a lot of different pages, So I had a bunch of dope opportunities. Let me see. Oh, you were saying with any older hip hop artists in the game. Well, we'll have to wait and see, We'll have to wait and see what connections I'm able to make, because I have some connections with some dope rappers. Like I've interviewed M1 from Dead Prez. I've interviewed Ali Vegas, you know what I mean? I've interviewed Herb McGriff. I've interviewed AZ. I've interviewed Fredro Starr from Onyx. You know what I mean? Crunchy Black from 3-6 Mafia. So I've done a couple different interviews like that. We hopefully will see some of those guys pop up on my lives. Yeah, GP Don Logan was dope. Yeah, he's still dope. He actually just put out a new album. Been trying to get Don Logan to come through on the channel, but Don Logan be busy. Yeah, CEO. I started in 2009 and I moved to Miami in 2011. 2011. So I moved there like 2 years later, the middle of 2011. So before that, 2008, I started making myself familiar. I was 20 years old, 2008. I started getting familiar with all the websites. You know what I mean? All the top hip hop websites. Yeah, I did a Crunchy Black interview. You can go type it in, Mikey T, the movie star, Crunchy Black. You know what I mean? I got an interview with BG from Cash Money. Just type it in, Mikey T, the movie star, BG. French Montana, Mikey T, the movie star, French Montana. Mikey T, the movie star, Scott Storch. Mikey T, the movie star, Rick Ross. Whatever name you type in, I pretty much got it. I'm not trying to stunt, you guys. I'm not trying to stunt or whatever. You know what I mean? But there's a reason y'all be tuning in and we be talking together on these live streams. You know what I mean? We're relaying information to one another. That's why y'all are here. Yeah, David, I interviewed Max B in 2011 and 2013. Several different clips, though. You know what I mean? Several different clips. We talked about different things like Max B coming out of jail and basically creating the Coke Wave album with French. We talked about French signing with Bad Boy. I asked Max B about creating, he said he was going to create a book. I asked him about his deal with Amalgam Digital. You know what I'm saying? I talked about a lot with Max. Talked about a lot with Max. Hold on 1 second. All right, Alicia. I saw another question you asked. I'm going to answer it. I thought I kind of, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I thought she had another question about why I wanted to get into the hip hop community or something like that. And basically the answer is that hip hop music was pretty much my first love, you know? Hip hop music in general, you know what I mean? I always have this story that I tell everybody about how my older brother was making movies. So it sort of showed me that anything was possible. And then I started deciding that I wanted to get involved, you know, in doing something to affect the culture in a way myself. So that's why I started doing interviews. That's pretty much why I got into it. But another reason that I got involved with it, you know, once I found my interest, it's like, you know, you're a fan of hip hop for so many years, you know what I mean? So I started studying all the websites in 2008. Now rewind to 98, 1998. I'm listening to my first albums when I'm 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? The DMX albums are coming out. You know what I mean? He dropped 2 that year. You know what I'm saying? But then you fast forward a little bit and you're not hearing so much information about your favorite hip hop artist. You know what I mean? You're not hearing too much information about 50 Cent in the Power of the Dollar days. You're not hearing all the information that you wish you heard about Big L or about Murda Mace from the Murda Mace days. You know what I'm saying? You're missing out on all this information. I felt like something was missing. You know what I mean? I wanted to bridge the gap there. I wanted to, you know, get content. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, go out there and basically fill in all the blanks to a lot of stories that were out there with respect. You know what I mean? Some things isn't meant to be on camera. Some things aren't meant to be talked about. But yeah, so that's really why I did it, because I felt like there was a void, you know what I mean? I felt like there was a gap, like something was missing. Like I didn't know enough information about my favorite artist back in the day, and I was like, I can't have nobody out there feeling like me. You know what I'm saying? So Alicia says, I have to be honest. I respect your channel because you seem genuinely passionate about what you do. Others I won't mention seem to be only engrossed in the negative aspects of the game. Yeah, you know, when you do this, I appreciate the $20 donation. You are the shit, Alicia. When you do this, you know, sometimes we gotta cover different topics, you know, the positive, the negative. We gotta cover all the topics. You know what I'm saying? We have to cover all the topics, whether it gets a little gritty or if it's a little comedic, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Or if it's sad, you know what I mean? We pretty much cover all the topics on here. But I hear what you're saying. A lot of people be focusing on the negative shit. There's a lot of channels out there, but they're not really from respected content creators with all due respect, a lot of people out there are just taking content and writing the most ridiculous headline on it. Like, I was just thinking the other day about some of the content that I had, and like if somebody just wrote like a headline on it, you know what I mean? But I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I'm not really like that. I would not do that shit. I only write what the content is about. But definitely appreciate you, Alicia, for the $20 super chat. If you guys want to ask a question or make a statement, the best way to do that is to drop a super chat. I definitely appreciate everybody tonight for engaging. James Brown, that's right. Rest in peace to Big L. Respect to you, Dave. Appreciate you. Nah, we ain't playing music on the channel, bro. This is a channel where I get my thoughts out. You know what I mean? There's a channel where I get my thoughts out. I'm not playing music on the channel. Now, when we get into another situation, you know what I mean? When we get an official deal, wherever I end up, you know what I mean? Maybe we'll reevaluate that at that point. A lot of people are like, yo, Mikey T, we need you to play the music. Mikey T, we need you to play the music. I will play the music. I will play the music. But first, I need to get in the position that I need to get in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are coming to me like that. And that's the answer to that. I need y'all to, I'm not saying I need y'all to promote me, but I need y'all to believe in me like I would believe in all y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way this shit is going to work. When a lot of people come to me from Connecticut even, because it's a lot more than just that, Massachusetts, Philly, New Jersey, everywhere, Las Vegas, California. When people come to me and looking for a helping hand, believe me, I'm always here to be a helping hand. I'm always here to bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? But it works both ways is all I'm saying. I was just being real about that right there. Because we're about to take this shit over. If you want to be a part of it. You know what I mean? When I end up on the network that I'm going to end up being on, it'll be a different story. Hell yeah, Bobby. We are destroying it on the news daily, for sure. Yes, we are. But that's why it's a news channel. You know what I mean? That's why it's a conversation channel. It's not really a channel where we do the music, to be honest with you. It's not really a channel where we actually do music. Now on Adam 22's channel, you know what I mean? Now on Adam 22's channel, I believe they just they're still doing it. I believe they raised the rates a little bit. It's like 120 a song. What up, Double Up TV? Appreciate you for the sub, my dude. Check out my interview with Freeway. I'm letting everybody in here right now. If you check out my interview with Freeway, that's pinned up, and you drop a comment on it, I will subscribe back to your YouTube channel. So if anybody wants to stay in contact with me here on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? You can do that right there. All you got to do is actually, drop a comment, and I'll go find you on it. Thank you, MVP Bigger. I appreciate you, man. I do be bringing people on for the acapella freestyles, though, MVP Bigger. Where are you from, man? Where are you from, man? Appreciate you for tapping in. And also Double Up TV, I really appreciate you for tapping in. If anybody in here is not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. People are going to be like, oh, that's hilarious. 2 weeks later, Mikey T is playing music on his channel. Yo, we're going to do everything. We're going to do everything when we get to where we need to be. Don't even doubt that, you guys. Don't even doubt that. We're going to be walking through the, I ain't even going to, you know what I mean? We're just going to put it into existence. We ain't even going to talk about it. We're just going to put it into existence. Yeah, Davies is a dope artist. I especially liked his work with Styles P and Millie's. Yep. That's what I liked from Davies. Let me see. Damn, how did I not end that poll yet, man? I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, the CEO says he could freestyle really well. All right, if anybody, whoever sends in, if y'all send in like a $50 super chat, you can come in and freestyle a cappella, no beat, no beat. But yeah, so it would be dope to have Dave East on, man. Dave East, he's at another point though. Dave East is at another point in his career, bro. You know, he's not really at the point where he's doing interviews like that. He's at the point where he's doing interviews with like The Breakfast Club or like Ebro on Apple or whatever Ebro's on nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a different situation for Dave East right now, you guys. Alicia says, nah, I need a beat. Alicia needs a beat. You rap, Alicia? Uh, appreciate you, Sire Soprano. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Oh shit, the CEO says he will gladly take that on soon, maybe tonight. Oh shit. CEO is about to bless us with a probably a 50 piece. He's about to hit us with 50 bars, like 50. Yo, Long Island. All right, MVP Bigga, you're in Long Island. That's what's up, man. One of my closest friends is actually from Long Island. I actually went out to Long Island as well to interview the brother of Sticky Fingers. Yes, Zoo. I believe that was Sticky Fingers' brother, Zoo. Might be mistaken. It might have been his cousin or something like that, but Fredro and Sticky, you know. Oh my God, Alicia, stop. First of all, I just can't have nobody on here doing it over beats. You know what I mean? Whenever I would have people come on, and we used to do it, you guys, I would do it all the time. I would have two different people log in, and we would literally do it like MTV making the band style. And we'd get a freestyle on this side, and then we'd get a freestyle on this side. And then they'd go back and forth, and then we'd have the chat actually vote on who was better. I don't know if we're gonna bring that back. Y'all got to show me that you really want that. We've had multiple freestylers come in here before, though. Yes, CEO. Please. Please, man. Thank you. No, Alicia, that is appreciated. That is definitely appreciated. Yeah, I thought Alicia was saying she was fitting to come in here and rap. I was like, what? But I didn't even know CEO had bars. Okay, CEO, I think you follow me on Instagram. Yeah, Alicia's the dopest. That's why I gave her the wrench. You know what I'm saying? Look at her. She wanted CEO to come up here and rap. But also I appreciate y'all for checking out the Freeway interview as well, man. That shit means a lot. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna have to shut it down. We're not gonna do the freestyle tonight, you guys. I don't think we're gonna do the freestyle tonight. I'm gonna shut it down, you guys. I'm gonna shut it down. We're gonna let CEO get his bars up. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah, I was probably doing content, bro, when you were probably in the 3rd grade. I mean, probably learning to write that sentence in the 3rd grade. You remember with the paper, with the big lines, with the 1, the 2, the 3, the lines, and you would go, they remain up, bend up, got my game up. I spend enough. Okay, you're 32 too. You're 32 too, bro. Yeah, I might be 33 though. Yep. Yep, Alicia, CEO is talking that big shit. He's talking that big shit tonight. I love the game, y'all. Let's get into it. See, I had to curve myself. I had to media train myself. You know what I mean? You don't need to address all the type of shit. Sometimes you just gotta let the chat room flow with it. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me see what's going on over here. Live that. Allergic to anything else. You are hilarious, CEO. I appreciate you for tuning in with the channel, man. Where are you from, CEO? You've been in here for the last few streams, man. I really appreciate that, man. That engagement. Oh, damn, it's 1 a.m. Well, you know we go late in here regardless. I just never realized. I never read the timing on the chat and shit. Oh, you're from CT? Oh, damn. Oh, damn, bro. Come on, man. You're really going to do that to CT? You're really going to do that? You have to come. You're going to have to show up if you're coming in here from CT. But he already showed up, man. He already showed how he's a real dude, man. I'm going to give him respect on that. Appreciate you, Wavy Cam. Appreciate you for tapping in. Man, I got to go find all my Max B content, and I got to do a watch along for the Max B content. It's the wave right there. My whole life, CT, an hour from the casino. So you're in, are you up in north of the casino, or are you down towards New Haven? CEO said, I will show up in a suit, however required. Hold on one second. He's going to show up in a suit, however required. That's some CT shit right there. I'm not going to lie. That's some CT shit. A CT cat is going to show up however you want him to. They're going to be like, yo, man, where do you want me to be? What club do you want me to be at? What video shoot? I'm going to be there. That's how we kind of be in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? That's how we kind of be in Connecticut. We're like, okay, we see an opportunity. We're going to jump on it. I respect that, man. But you don't have to do a suit. You don't have to do a suit. Alicia even said, not the suit. Don't do the suit. We don't need Gilly ripping on you in the suit. You know what I'm saying? We don't need Gilly ripping on you in the suit, bro. Let me see. Hold on. What else? Who else? Who else can we mention? But yeah, man, I'm going to post it in the chat, you guys. I'm going to post it in the chat. I want to know. Guys, I'm posting this question in the chat, the poll right now. So first, Alicia said no suit, but then she said, I love a man in a suit. Guys, I'm posting it up in the chat. Is my son, I'm posting it up a poll. Everybody can go vote in the poll right now. I don't even feel comfortable saying the poll, you know what I mean? Because I don't feel like my son really ever looked at 6ix9ine like that. You know what I mean? 6ix9ine for quite a while was looked at kind of like the Island Boys. You know what I mean? If I can be real, for quite a while, 6ix9ine was looked at as though he was the Island Boys. You know, but the only thing was he had a group, a kind of a known group who they had pull in certain parts of the industry. You know what I mean? Like different people knew Shoddy, you know what I mean, from the industry. And they were like, yo, he's got solid dudes behind him. Everybody knew about the relationship that Mel Matrix had with Bird Gang and Jim Jones and Cameron and Dipset. They're like, okay, that's a faction from New York that actually has been on in the industry again. So he had some credible people around him, you know, and then he had that momentum that actually pushed him. You know what I mean? He had the momentum that actually pushed him to get in several records on the Billboard charts. That's the only aspect of this that I could see, you know, and that's why Whack is presenting this question, because it's almost like something that you can't deny. It's like, what do you mean? What New York rapper would not want to have 10 songs on the Billboard chart? You know what I mean? If 6ix9ine didn't get locked up, he was probably going to be about as big as he is right now. You know what I'm saying? But if he had got locked up and then never told, he would have been as humongous as he actually got when he got out of jail. For real, for real. Not the fading popularity that we've seen now. You know, the fading popularity that we've all witnessed. Yeah, Mysonne is definitely good. Mysonne actually is really good. You know, like I was talking about a little bit earlier, if you remember, Mysonne made a successful transition into what he is doing now. Hip hop wasn't I don't want to say paying the bills, but hip hop wasn't putting him in the position that he needed to be in. He found something, you know what I mean? A real hustler is going to bounce back. You know, a real hustler is going to move and transition with the times. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find things to move on into. You know what I mean? You're going to find a way to develop your career to its next level. Many of us have done it. Others floundered. You know what I mean? Others floundered. You got to have your own, you know what I mean? You got to have your own way of doing things. So Mysonne stepped into that, you know, when it became obvious that the hip hop wasn't really going to go. Hip hop was transitioning. You know what I mean? Hip hop was transitioning drastically at that point in time. You know what I mean? And then there were so many heavyweights. You know what I mean? It's like you get lost in the shuffle. There's so many heavyweights around. But he's a heavyweight now in what he's doing. Let me see. Let me see. Oh. Yeah, so Wack was pretty much just saying that he was in his business about 6ix9ine, which a lot of people are. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people lost respect for Wack when he took his business dealings with 6ix9ine. But looking at it from the aspect of what Wack is doing, he didn't have any other clients that were as big as 6ix9ine. So what is 6ix9ine really going to hurt him? You know, how is that really going to hurt him taking on that client? He doesn't even have any current clients that are moving that type of, you know what I mean, that have that type of recognition or that are doing those type of numbers and commanding that type of cash. When Wack is making business dealings for 6ix9ine, he's controlling a lot of money, I would assume, if he's actually his manager. Now, it weirds me out a little bit when they go on the podcast or wherever it was and they say we haven't even made any money together. We haven't even broke any bread together. Now, in the chat, what podcast that was that on, you guys? Which podcast was that actually on? Was it on Academics podcast or was it on Wax podcast? Let me know. But when they said that to one another, and then also they joked around about Wax saying he sent 6ix9ine $20 on Cash App or something like that. I feel you, CEO. That's terrible when you run out of L's. That's why I had to make sure I grabbed some before the show. Hold on. Let me make sure I got some Red Bull left. That's number 2, Alicia. I'm on number 2. I'm on number 2, but unfortunately, I didn't have enough of this runts left right here to actually fill out this L. So it was a little bit smaller than the first one because I didn't want to just walk over and grab my butt. It's all the way over there in the room and shit. But I got some daily special and shit that's like 25%. But I probably shouldn't be smoking that while I'm on the stream. What are you blazing now? Let me see. Story time. Oh shit. All right, we looking good. We're wavy, y'all. As Max B would say, we're wavy. Mysonne being signed to the game. Well, you know, Iceberg, Mysonne being signed to the game. There were a lot of rappers that were signed to the game, bro. You know, some that I didn't mention on the last video that I did actually, and some that maybe weren't even really signed, you know what I mean? Sometimes, as No told me, the artist on Bird Gang with Jim Jones, sometimes a signing is just a handshake. I learned that very early in my career. But Game had relationships with Cicero from Philly, Mysonne, that's a great one too. You know what I mean? I don't remember it so much. Um, was it short-lived, Iceberg? I do remember hearing about it. He had Cicero, and then he had the West Coast guys. He had Menace, he had your boy, he had Juice, so he had a bit of a team there, but nothing really materialized with the Black Wall Street. I don't think it led to my son get, yeah, I am remembering them now together more and more because it's, something from the past, but it didn't really materialize in them actually getting a distribution deal with anybody, because a lot of times that's how it works in the game. When a bigger artist will link up with a smaller artist, they'll be walking them into the labels. The game was probably trying to find something that would stick, with but nothing was really sticking. He had some dope artists too under him, like, Cicero, but he really just couldn't find that. He really couldn't find anywhere to make that stick. I mean, to me, it would be pretty simple. You would probably go grab Cassidy and Swiss Beats. Boom, put him with Cicero. You're the game. You're like, okay, Cassidy, now I'm messing with Cicero. Now I'm messing with Cicero, so now you should work with him. But Cassidy was a really big artist back then, too. What's up, Spaz? What's going on with you tonight? Yeah, little Spaz. When I said it a little bit earlier, you're just tapping in, but when my son got locked up, he sort of missed his opportunity, his wave. His time when hip hop was receptive to his style of music. When he got out of jail, there was so many heavyweights, so many people that were amongst my son back then had blown up, you know what I mean? Made the careers. This happened to other rappers too, you guys. You know what I mean? This happened to other rappers that got locked up and thrown in the system for a number of years as well, But so my son came home, and then also the music changed, you know what I mean? The music was changing into like I remember in Miami they were talking about the Migos were about to start be popping, and then they were, you know what I mean? Then the Migos took over. You know what I mean? The whole style of music changed, the whole culture of the way people dressed changed, the way that they actually wear their chains changed. You know what I'm saying? All these things started changing from the normal way, or that you really remembered it. David says, my son still has a chance, in my opinion. Yeah, no, my son has the biggest opportunity of his career right now. I think he's bigger than ever right now with what he's doing with his message. So yes, my son still does have a great opportunity. He's living his opportunity right now. You know what I mean? Who are you talking about? Uprise. 1 second. But yeah, that was a good little topic right there, Iceberg, with the game, working with my son. It was a whole different thing back then, though, man. I do remember a few videos they had together, though. Yeah, Elgin. Just like the likes of Shine, just like True Life, these guys served a number of years. Yeah, if anybody has any open questions right now, let me check out what's going on in the poll. Is my son jealous of 6ix9ine? Very, very dumb question, in my opinion, since everyone's using that word nowadays. And 76% of the people say hell no. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you. This is y'all's turn. This is everybody's turn right now. Everybody can ask some questions if you have any. That's what we always do to end the shows. I always let the people ask questions. If anybody has anything pertaining to the topic, if anybody has anything, if anybody has anything actually, outside of the topic, this is your chance now to ask whatever. Oh, Randy, you're blazing on the runts too? It's coughing my ears off. Randy says this runts is coughing my ears off. It's strong. Damn, dude. How's the runts looking, man? Is it purple or which one do you got? Yep. Sean says, my son was on the Violator soundtrack way back with a bunch of heads on there. As you said, he got locked up and he kind of got lost. Yeah, exactly. Violator was the place to be back then. You know what I mean? Violator would be the management company that you wanted to be a part of. Anybody that wants to send in some open questions right now, just go ahead. Violator was definitely the label or the management company that would, that a lot of people were looking towards. What did Busta Rhymes said? He said, "There's never been a violator." He said, "There's never been a violator on the Murder Inc. roster." Dream interview. I mean, you know what? I've done a lot. I've done a lot of interviews. As far as the dream interview, though, I mean, shit. Maybe to get a more long format interview with Lil Wayne. I really got a chance to touch base with Lil Wayne really quick, and then he actually gave me a pretty cool story. You know what I mean? He actually gave me a pretty cool story on He actually gave me a pretty cool story on his skateboarding injury. So that was cool. CM Brock says, any updates with BG and A Mafia coming home? Nah, man, not on BG. Not on BG at the current time. I'm not sure what either of these guys, BG or A Mafia, would either of the artists actually have to serve as far as time goes. I'm not sure of A Mafia's current predicament. Hope these guys come home soon though. Two dope artists, man. Two dope artists in their own right. You know what I mean? BG coming up under Cash Money, and then A Mafia. He made his name. He made his name. Alongside some of the Dipset guys. But what was the label that A Mafia signed to, y'all? Didn't he have a little distribution deal of some sort before he got locked up? I don't know if anybody would know that. Oh, if you could interview anyone right now, if I could interview anyone right now, Well, I mean, it would be so like somebody that's realistic, somebody realistic that I could interview right now. You know what I mean? Someone realistically that I could interview right now. Who would I want to interview realistically right now? There's a lot, man. There's a lot. Alicia, there is a lot of people that I would interview right now. I don't even really know where to begin with that. I just got a lot of people that I'm always hitting different people up for interviews. You know what I mean? Like I want to connect with Freeway for a more formal interview. You know what I mean? I've spoke with Beanie Siegel at a couple different engagements, and I was actually, you know, given he gave me his number and shit. We had chopped it up about doing an interview. I spoke with Busta Rhymes on a couple different occasions. These are different people that I would really like to do an interview with. There's just so many. I would like to get back to work with Scott Storch. You know what I mean? Do some work with him. It looks like he's doing great right now. There's just a lot of different things that I would like to do. I really can't just say one. You know what I mean? So many different. There's just so much. Like I'm trying to line up a couple more interviews this week. I'm not gonna Crip Mac. I like to interview Crip Mac. That dude's funny as hell. Hopefully he wouldn't flip on me in the interview like apparently he just did on No Jumper. I'm gonna have to check that shit out. Rollo. I like to interview Rollo. Just free Rollo. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. I'd like to yeah, I like to do a lot. Oh, word spaz. BG posted a picture this week. Yep, that's what it was. Iceberg deep in the game, ENT. Yeah, A Mafia was dope, man. I really appreciate A Mafia for embracing me. I really appreciate A Mafia for embracing me. Oh, boom, right there. Agazi said it. Benny the Butcher. Benny the Butcher. I had a conversation with Beans at a listening party. Damn it. I just forgot. I was about to send this video to, not gonna say. But yeah, I had a conversation with Beans at this listening party, and he we exchanged numbers and shit, and we were talking about doing an interview. Really good dude, really chill dude in person. You know what I mean? We was talking, chopping it up. It was a movie. It was a movie. Oh, okay. Jay, what's up with you? Appreciate you for tapping back in, man. Well, I mean, well, Alicia, I'm not going to pay anybody to come on the channel, first and foremost. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pay anybody to come on the channel. I think it's completely obvious that, I can hold my own on the channel, so I'm not going to pay anybody to come on the channel, first and foremost. But it would be dope to, sit with some of these other influencers. You know what I mean? Like I usually sit with hip hop artists, R&B, singers, both male and female, you know what I'm saying? CEOs, producers, but I am open to sitting with the influencers, you know what I mean? Like I have Big Chuck from Death of the Clout Chaser. I have 10 Toes Down, 10 Toes Down TV. Even Bullets Gotti tapped in. You know what I mean? I like to cover things from every single aspect, you guys. And we are building this community up majorly, y'all. I think everybody can see that I can be an unbiased perspective. I think people can see that I can actually give perspective from both sides of the fence as well. Whether it's positive, whether it's negative, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go over it all. You know what I'm saying? Or else there's no point. I appreciate you, Dave. I appreciate you for that. Let me see. So I'm going to end this poll because it's pretty unanimous. It's pretty unanimous. Everyone said hell no. Everyone knows that my son doesn't carry it like that. My son is a solid dude. So I want y'all to hit that link that I got pinned up. Check out my interview with Freeway. That's right, Philadelphia Freeway. He speaks on the 19th anniversary of the Philadelphia Freeway album. He also speaks on appearing in the Bel Air TV show, the Will Smith Bel Air TV show, and he also he also confirms the battle with Cassidy, you guys. That's right. Freeway is talking about the battle with Cassidy. It's going to be happening on URL. Here, it's going to be happening on URL, you guys. So yeah, just hit that link. Hit that link, you guys. I got it pinned up. Like I said, whoever drops a comment on there, I will follow you back on Instagram. Whoever drops a comment, I will follow you guys back on Instagram, man. Appreciate you, Alicia. Oh, you think so? Let's put it in the poll. Let's do a little poll. I want you all to make sure you refresh your thing. It's a URL battle, you guys. It's a URL battle, you guys. Cassidy and Freeway. The first time they battled, it was different. It was in a studio. You know what I mean? The first time they battled, it was much different. They battled in front of Swiss Beats and Jay-Z. You know what I mean? The State Property guys were there. It was a whole lot different than it's going to be now on Smack's stage. Cassidy and Freeway, y'all need to go check it out. I actually did an interview with Cassidy as well, speaking on the past battle. You know what I'm saying? Speaking on the past battle that they had, he broke the whole thing down. I might have to do a live watch along on that as well. Put some thumbs up in the chat if you want me to do a live watch along on Cassidy breaking down the full battle with Freeway, and maybe I'll do that for you guys this week as a little bit of exclusive content. Freeway and who in a verse now? Who in a verses with Freeway? Who in a verses with Freeway? Well, right now it's going to be a URL battle, Alicia, but I guess a verses with Freeway. I guess the first one that comes to mind. Tell me if I'm bugging in the chat, though. Tell me if I'm bugging in the chat. The first one that really comes to mind would be Freeway versus Beans. Freeway versus Beanie Siegel in a versus, maybe. But I know a lot of people. But I know a lot of people would rather see, you know, Beanie Siegel and Jadakiss in a versus. I want everybody to vote in the poll right now. What do you think? We're getting this is a really preliminary poll right here, you guys. This is an extremely preliminary poll because I don't even think we've got a date on this battle yet, you guys. I don't even think we got a date on this battle yet. No, it's all good, bro. It's all good, 1017. But if anybody wants to drop a comment or drop a question, just be sure to hit that super chat, show some love to the channel. You know what I'm saying? What? What button did you press, Dave? Did you press the button that says draw? Because I see draw actually has and y'all can vote who you guys would want to see Freeway in a verses with. Alicia's asking the question, who would you guys want to see Freeway in a verses with? Young Buck would be just too different, right? I mean, that would kind of make sense if we're talking about G Unit versus Rockefeller. You know, you could pair Young Buck up with Freeway. You know, I know a lot of people would say Freeway would get the victory on that one, but Buck has some records too. That should be. But yeah, if anybody has any thoughts on who Freeway could do a battle with on versus, but also who will win the URL battle? We only got 13 votes in there, so we got 100 people in here. So let's get those votes up on the poll, y'all. If you got to refresh it to find the poll, I'm just letting you know that might be what you have to do. Alicia says Freeway and Memphis Bleak. Freeway and Memphis Bleak could be good. Dave says he pressed Cassidy. That's hilarious. Yeah, maybe Freeway and I'm thinking Freeway and a G Unit guy for some reason. I need to move over to a different crew. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we do Freeway and BG. You know what I'm saying? We do Rockefeller versus Cash Money. But yeah, let me check out this poll. I'm about to end this poll in 2 minutes, you guys. I'm giving everybody 2 more minutes to vote in the poll. Yeah, I was thinking Lloyd Banks too. Styles P and Freeway is a good one. Try me. John, I agree. Factory, what are you saying? I was tripping. What was I tripping on? Freeway and BG, Freeway and Beanie Siegel, Freeway and Young Buck. I was just trying to give some examples. Everybody vote in the poll. This is the two. Hey, man, chill out. Everybody vote in the poll. 2 minute warning, you guys. I was trying to put one, I was trying to do a, Southern and a New York mixture thing. You can't always keep the same coast together, man, like they seemingly have been doing. They kept Jeezy and Gucci together. That's the South, that's Atlanta. They kept Ja and, Fat Joe together. That's New York. The Locks and Dipset, you know what I mean? That's New York. So they pretty much been, it seems like they've been keeping the dudes together. Let's see, did I finish that? Yeah. All right, y'all. Everybody vote in the poll. I'm about to end the poll in 30 seconds. Get your last votes in. I'm going to read off the poll results. I'm about to read off the poll results, you guys. Lil Spaz says, "Who can battle Jay-Z?" I mean, that's your top guys, man. That's your, the battles that are gonna make the most sense are, your Nas, your Lil Wayne, Eminem, 50 Cent. You know what I'm if Jay-Z could get a whole, like we were talking about, Suge Knight yesterday said that they should do a pay-per-view streaming. Suge Knight was saying, why are all these people arguing when they could be doing this on pay-per-view? If Jay-Z did a versus or however he dubs it, you know what I mean? Sometimes they just don't, they go their own route. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z could literally do it on pay-per-view like 5 in a year. He could do them all. You know what I mean? He could do Jay-Z versus Nas or whatever they call it. Jay-Z versus Eminem, Jay-Z versus, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z versus all the big ones that we want to see. I know some people would want to see Jay-Z versus 50 Cent too, even though some people will say that Jay-Z would unanimously take that one. Little Flip and Freeway is a good one too. Philadelphia Eagles. Well, let me see. I'm going to end this poll, you guys. Right now, I'm going to end the poll just so y'all know. I'm going to read off the results. So this is your last seconds to vote in the poll if you haven't, you guys. So you're hilarious, Twix. I see what everyone's saying now. They're talking about how Freeway was like, "Hey, yo, put on a beat." All right, so who will win the URL battle? Cassidy, Freeway, or Draw? And what up, Twix? Appreciate you for tuning in. So Draw is 8%. Freeway is only getting 21%, you guys. That's messed up, y'all. Y'all know Freeway be tuning into these lives, man. Freeway be commenting in the lives. I'm just letting y'all know Freeway has been on the lives, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So Cassidy gets 71%. I'm about to end the polling for everybody in here. Start the poll. Start the poll. I mean, vote in the poll because we're about to get it off of there. And I want everybody in here to go comment on my interview with Freeway. It's me, Freeway, and SV Twiz. Whoever drops a comment on that interview, I am going to subscribe back to you on YouTube. Right? So everybody on here, subscribe if you haven't. Let me see. What are we looking like? Let me check the subscribers real quick. I need everybody on here to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss my live videos. I go live at 10:30 p.m. nightly. Went on a little bit late tonight, 10:45. I was gathering a little bit of information. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple subtopics tonight. It was crazy how Tony Yayo pretty much confirmed that old Bang'em Smurf story. You know what I mean? His new interview with Vlad is pretty dope. Lil Tim did an interview that I was commenting on. He did that interview with Fuchsia's TV. Pretty dope. You know what I mean? To actually get somebody that has been surrounded by all the controversy. You know what I mean? Somebody that's actually been surrounded by all the controversy to come on your channel. You know, it's got to result in big hits. So it's cool to see all those platforms actually striving to be the best. Let me see. Also, Whack 100 calling out Big U about some bullshit. You know what I mean? But also this topic of 6ix9ine and Mysonne and Whack 100 getting, you know, pretty much told by Gilly, yo, cut the beef with Mysonne. You know, Gilly pretty much told him to stop this beef with Mysonne. You know, he told him it in a playful way, as playful a way as you could. You know, sometimes, like he asked him, he was like, why do you start all of this online beef? Whack 100 denied starting the beef. It is what it is, man. Maybe he'll listen to him. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll listen to him in the future and, you know, work on his podcast, plan out his podcast more accordingly. But a lot of people say, well, Mikey T, that's the point of all this material. You know what I mean? All this material is actually being used on the podcast. You know what I mean? All this material is, you know, it's what's making him bigger. So what are you talking about? I'm just saying focus on the podcast, man. You know, take the clubhouse stories and put them on your podcast because it doesn't really make sense to, you know, give away all the stories on all these different clubhouses. I'm just being realistic about it. You know what I'm saying? And then once you start putting those stories on your podcast instead of throwing them all out there on the clubhouse, you're going to be able to regulate. You know what I mean? You're actually going to be able to regulate your content and determine what's coming out, what you think is too suggestive to come out, what you think is appropriate to come out. Major salute to Alicia. I appreciate that $5 super chat. You are the shit. Hell yeah. Definitely appreciate that, Alicia. Major respect. That is love right there. Damn, I was literally just about to end the video too, and Alicia came through with the $5 super chat. You already know when that happens, we keep going for a few more minutes. You already know that. Well, Factory, if you're gonna ask that question, you're gonna have to send in a super chat, man. Super chat for questions, y'all. Super chat for questions, man. If you're gonna be asking that. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Alicia, I want you to tell me. I'm giving you. Hold on. I'm gonna give it to the chat. I'm gonna bring it to the chat because I'm ending this poll. It looks like Cassidy actually got 71% of the votes. I'm bringing it to the chat. I'm gonna ask you guys in the chat. It's a serious question. I have a very, very serious question for everybody in the chat. I'm going to need you all to refresh this page so you can vote in this poll. Guys, I have a very serious question to ask everybody. I have a very serious question I got to ask y'all. I need y'all to vote in this poll. This is very serious. I got to ask you all this question. I have a very serious question. I'm putting it in the poll now. The poll is up. The poll is up right now. I need y'all to vote in it. My guy 1017 free C murder. I'll say that every time, bro. 1017 TV is in the building. Now I need y'all to vote in the poll. I want to know what y'all think I should blaze. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody for sending in super chats. Just know if you send in a super chat, you can ask a question, you can drop a statement. You know what I mean? I'll read out the statement. You can drop some of your hottest bars if you got bars, or if you got a way for the people in the chat to actually check out your music. If you got a way for the people in the chat to check out your music, all of these things I can do for you guys. If you send in a super chat, you can promote yourself pretty much, or you can just say cool ass statements like my man 1017 TV. Free C murder. That's right. Salute to you 1017 for the $2.99 super chat right there. And like I said, it doesn't matter what y'all send in. It's all love, man. It could be $1, it can be $5, $50, $100. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, man. I appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. And try me with a super sticker, $4.99 super sticker. Let me check that out. And just so y'all know, I got a poll up right now, you guys. I got a poll up, and it's y'all are going to be determining what is my nightcap. I want y'all to vote in the poll. What do y'all think I should blaze to end the night? I got four different strains on deck. I got the daily special, which is a high 25%. I got that blue apricot sherbet, which is 19%. Granny Mac sativa. Probably shouldn't be blazing that tonight. Sativa and all. And then I got, which is 20%, and the runts, 21%. But super sticker, let me check out this super sticker. I'm trying to see it. I can't see it for some reason. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Super sticker. Good job. I really appreciate that, man. Appreciate everybody showing love to the channel, man. That's real. Everybody sending in super stickers, super chats. You know what I mean? That shows me all that you give a damn about the channel. It shows me that y'all care about the content that I'm putting out. And when I go live, it's showing me that y'all are really respect what I'm doing. You know, I'm going to continue to bring the most up-to-date information. I'm going to continue to go back and talk about the stories that we missed. You can look forward to that. You know what I mean? I'm also going to take consideration from all of you. If you drop comments, like if you're watching this video on demand, or if you're watching Sean, all of those strains are well, the daily special is a hybrid. The blue apricot is an indica. The Granny Mac is a sativa, and the runts is a hybrid as well. But yeah, if you drop comments, whether you're watching this now or you're watching this on demand, if you drop comments on the videos, I may do discussions about your topics. I may talk about what you guys are saying in the comments. You know what I'm saying? If you bring up a suggestion, just know it's on you. It's on you, y'all. Yeah, I agree with you, CEO. I agree with you, man. I really just got it because it was called Blue. But yo, try me. I appreciate the $4.99 super chat, and 1017. I appreciate the $2.99 super chat. You guys are awesome. And Alicia, definitely respect on the $5 super chats and all the super chats. Excuse me, you guys. Yo, y'all are funny as hell in the chat. I don't know. Y'all is on to something in the chat, man. Y'all is on something. Y'all is on to something in the chat. Appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that, man. Well, Factory, you got to send in a super chat if you really want to ask a question, bro. It's kind of a new format on the show. It's kind of a new format on the show, just to be real. You know what I mean? I will answer whatever hip hop question you guys have, but just, you know, show a little love to the channel, to be real. Anything. You could even say some stuff like this, like 1017 did. He just wants his message out there. My guy 1017 just wants his message to be heard. Are you all right? Oh, wow. Everybody wants me to blaze the daily special. Everybody wants me to blaze the daily special, I guess. They really are, CEO. They really are hilarious. Are you in the whip right now, CEO, going to get the Duchess? If you are, man, if you are, CEO, that's some real shit. You know, but a lot of people say they be listening to the live stream when they're at work, or, you know what I mean, when they're, you know, driving to work, or when they're just, you know, hanging out. Well, it looks like guys, it looks like the daily special is winning right now. Let me let y'all see. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! Sorry, you guys, man. I was listening to a little 50 Cent old school shit. You know what I mean? I was listening to a little 50 Cent old school shit today, getting into the vibe of how it was actually not old school, it was actually the Massacre. He was doing that shit on his albums where he would yell at the end of his songs and just go crazy. Oh God. You're really gonna make me, Alicia, I wouldn't suggest super chatting for that question. That sounds like a horrible super chat question. That sounds like a horrible super chat question. Plus, I'm not even answering that question for I'm not even answering that question for like honestly, man, yeah, it's some stanky. It looks like the daily special is what I'm gonna be smoking, the 25%. See, I don't cap, you guys. I just wait till we go to see Johnny Dang, you guys. I don't cap. Nah, that's cool, CEO. That says a lot to me, man. I appreciate you for tapping in, yo. Bro, I'm not answering that question for less than like $100, man. You want to answer? Like, bro, I'll give you an answer. Like, I'll give you a better answer than, you know, 9 out of 10 of these other influencers. I'll give you a real answer. I'll break down specifics, pros and cons. I'll do all of that. But in all honesty, man, if you want to put me on the spot like that, you know what I'm saying? If you want to put me on the spot like that, which is fine, put me on the spot. But at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to try to put me on the spot, then you're going to have a whole bunch of videos of me talking about that content. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll talk about whatever content y'all want me to talk about with respect. You know what I mean? I'll talk about different things in the game. Anything you want to talk about. If you want to talk about the incidents that happened with Murder Inc. and G Unit, if you want to talk about the Ti and the Ludacris beef, if you want to talk about Rick Ross starting MMG, if you want to talk about, you know, everything happened with you know, in the hip hop game from the beginning, I'll talk about any of that stuff. We could talk about Chief Keef. We could talk, you know, anything like that. We could talk about it all. Just, you know, write it in the super chat. You know what I'm saying? Have a little, you know, we could talk about Chingy leaving DTP. You know, we could literally talk about anything. 2 Chainz separating himself. You know, we could talk about all those topics. It's whatever you guys. Yes, Factory. And I would answer that question you said, but you gotta look at it from my perspective. You me talking about that could become a major thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I'm talking about. But I could legitimately talk about anything. You know what I mean? I could talk about that and I could break that down probably better than, I could, but y'all see me do it with every topic, really. Thank you, Alicia. I appreciate that. Oh my God. Hold on. The CEO, what? The CEO, why did you send a $50 super chat, bro? What is good? Are you about to come on here and freestyle tonight? Are you fitting to come on here and freestyle, CEO? Try me. Super sticker. $4.99. What's good? What's good? $4.99 super sticker. I appreciate you. Try me. But what is up, CEO? You're going to have to let me know. Are you coming on here to freestyle? Tap in, CEO. Tap in, CEO. Let's go. I don't. Eminem and Yellow Wolf, really? They went at it? I didn't really know about that. CEO, tap in, bro. But CEO, bro, don't have any music. Don't have any music playing in the background, bro, out of respect. Like, I can't have any outside music playing on the chat. It's got to be a cappella bars. You can come in here and spit a 50 piece. That's just love. Let me go. Where's my phone charge? I'm about to charge my phones so I can follow everybody on Instagram here. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. We're about to have a live freestyle session, apparently, though. CEO is about to tap in. But whoever wants to follow me, y'all can follow me on Instagram and I will follow y'all back. I'm gonna plug my phone in. What kind of Dutch, what kind of I shouldn't say Dutches. What kind of cigars do you buy though? I be buying Dutches. Factory, you are great. I appreciate you tapping in. I'll tell you what, if you just send in a $5 super chat, I'll take it back. All you got to do is send in a $5 super chat or whatever super chat, and I will answer your question. But appreciate you, CEO. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll post the link back up of the StreamYard. Yeah, this is hype. This is hype. We got CEO coming in to spit some bars. CEO, what's your Instagram, bro? What is your Instagram, CEO, so I can get it up in here? Do is staying in the building. Appreciate you, man, for staying in the building. CEO says he's smoking on the white grape at first, now cherry, vanilla, or pineapple. That's dope. Yeah, I was on those white grapes for a minute before I just totally got off grape in general. I was like, I couldn't do it no more. I could not do the flavored cigars, the strawberry, Phillies. You know what I'm saying? All them things started to really annoy me. That's why I pretty much just go with these nowadays. But we're about to have a live freestyle session. I do agree. I already do. All right. Well, shoot me a message so I can put your Instagram up right now, CEO. I want to put your Instagram up so everybody on here can follow you. Is it just CEO? I'll go take a look right now. CEO. C- uh, hold on one second. No. What's your IG, bro? I'll go bring it up. Just tell me and I'll go bring it up. I'm just rolling up, waiting on CEO. But also, I seen Try Me ask, do you think that Nas and Rose elevated their music in bars when their ops attacked them? So I guess you're talking about when Jay-Z and Nas were going back and forth. And I guess you're talking about when all right, CEO, I'm gonna stay on for another few minutes if you get situated. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stay on for another few minutes if you get situated. If not, I'll have you back on either Monday, Tuesday, whenever this week that you're feeling cool to do it. But you're definitely locked in. What's your Instagram though, so I can post it? Because I know I guess if you rap, some people want to hear some bars. But yeah, Ricky Rose definitely elevated his bars after everything happened. Well, Ricky Rose definitely elevated his bars when the beef with 50 Cent was happening. You know, he just got better and better with his albums because I really wasn't into his first two albums, even though he had such a major single on Port of Miami with Hustlin'. I wasn't really so much into, his second album, Trilla. Actually, I ain't gonna front, man. It was all right, but I just wasn't really into the T-Pain hooks back then. Everybody was doing them T-Pain joints, and it was kind of annoying me. But Ross really came back heavy working with John Legend on the Deeper Than Rap album for his single Magnificent. And then after that, he just kept following up, Teflon Don, God Forgives I Don't, Mastermind. And then that's the year he kind of fell a little bit because I believe Meek Mill, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was the year Meek Mill was supposed to put out an album, I want to say in October or something like that. So Rick Ross gave the opportunity to Stale, who had signed with MMG, and he put out his album called Ohio. And I want to say that was in September. But Ross went on to release his second album in a year. So that year, he released Mastermind and Hood Billionaire in the same year. And Hood Billionaire was it was all right. It had that song called what was it called? Elvis Presley. It had something with the name Elvis Presley in it. You already know. You already know. Hold on. Okay, yeah. CEO says let's do it earlier another night. Bad headache. It's all good, man. He said I would, but I'm not about. I would, but I'm not about that. What were you responding to somebody else in the chat? CEO says I'd like to do it in my booth. Well, when are you gonna? You're not gonna be back to the booth tonight. Am I like mad late? Did you not find the blunts? You already know, CEO, bro. Yeah, we'll be live on Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday, if you film a video of you doing an acapella freestyle in your booth, I'll bring you on. Oh, CEO, I feel you on that. Yeah, a lot of people just be doing the personal thing on the, yeah, I totally feel you. That's what I use my Facebook for. I don't really add too many people on Facebook and shit like that. But if you film a video or if you want to do the acapella from your studio, that's cool by all means. Or if you film a little video and you want to premiere it right here while we're going live. But I think it would be better if you just do it live, freestyle on it, rather than be like, yo, this is what I did. Damn, yo, y'all should see the crystals in this daily special. Hold on. Yep, the daily special's still winning. The daily special is still winning. It's actually at daily special is actually at right now 41%. Damn. Everybody really wants me to play the daily special. Well, let me know what you want to do, man. Whenever you're feeling up to it. Whenever you're I know you've been in tune with the chat. Oh, Darren, stop it, man. Please. Hilarious. I'm not repeating that unless you definitely do not super chat that and make me say it, bro. This isn't Cameo, man. This is not Cameo, bro. Don't be treating me like this is Cameo and you're going to have me, you're going to send a super chat and you're going to have me saying all types of wild stuff. Okay. Yeah, I was saying, CEO, we go live pretty much a few days a week. Pretty much every day, though. You know what I mean? I've been going live every day, honestly, because this is what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? I'm out here to become the biggest hip hop influencer. So I'm gonna be on here every day like that. Yo, what up, East Coast? Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in. Damn. Messed up with a stem, I think. Hold on. What did what CEO say? He said, real ones can tell a written. I'm more like Harry Mack, throw words out and I'ma keep it going. Oh shit. Oh shit. What are we in for, man? What are we in for? What are we in for when CEO steps in? But like I said, CEO, I'm sure you'll be in some of the lives this week. Or were you saying? CEO, were you saying you're going to come on later this week with it? Or were you saying you're driving home now? Twix wanted to see you freestyle, CEO. Wow. Yo, major salute to Buffalo on the tap in. Damn, that's annoying me right there. Sorry, you guys. This little piece is annoying me. Damn. Is that it? That's all types of messed up. Hell yeah, CEO. I know you're tuned in. That's what I like when I see people actually tuning in for the conversation night after night. Shows me that we're doing something right. You know what I mean? Interaction is proper. Let me see. Let me see how this is smoking. Yep, we're still at 42%. What up, Taylor? What are you up to? What are you smoking on, Taylor? Or Tara? I'm sorry about that. Oh, word, you volunteer for firefighting? That's what's up, man. Yeah, my dad was a fire chief, actually. Yeah, my dad was a fire chief back in the day. He was a firefighter. He became the fire chief. Tara says she's smoking on some sour. I like it. I was blazing on sour last week. I don't know if you were tapped in last week, Tara. When I was smoking on sour, I had like a 14. But let me get on some final questions, you guys. If anybody has any final questions, I'll answer them before we get up out of here tonight. Definitely a dope video. Appreciate all the support. Anybody wants to check out my interview with Freeway, my guy SV Twiz was in there too. We was chopping it up with Freeway. Twiz asked him the $1 million question. Twiz asked Freeway, hey, Free, are you going to actually battle Cassidy? So if y'all want to go hear Freeway's response, hit the link that's pinned up right now. Hit the link that's pinned up right now, you guys, and y'all can go check that out. And if you drop a comment on it, I will subscribe back to you on YouTube, like I said. Hold on, did I miss something here? Did I miss something here? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. All right, cool. We're Gucci. We're Gucci. That's right, Tara. Free AR Rab. Free the bro AR Rab. Free all the men, though. Free all the men. Free Dark Low. I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight, man. It was a dope live video, as always. We always have the dopest live streams. Last night, we went over Gilly's conversation. Last night we went over the conversation that Gilly had with Suge Knight that actually involved Whack 100. Tonight we went over the conversation that Gilly actually had with Whack 100 about Mysonne, y'all. Plus we had a few other topics, you know what I mean? There's a lot of different blogs, a lot of different websites out there, you know, a lot of different artists out there circulating, man. But yeah, what up? Appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. We're about to get up out of here. It's the last moments. If anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to ask anything, if anybody you know what I'm saying? This is the last moments of the live, y'all. It was definitely dope tonight. Hold on one second. CEO said, when I wanted the reel on who Ab and Dark Low were, I was introduced to Mikey and how close he was to them dudes. They tight. Yeah, man, it was actually Dark Low, you know, showing me so much love. You know, Dark Low actually showed me so much love. And that's why Ab was like, yo, Dark Low's my man. And, you know, I got so much respect for Dark Low, so that means I'm going to do anything for you. And Ab was always receptive to me doing interviews. You know what I mean? A lot of people probably didn't do interviews with AR Rab. Multiple interviews, you know what I mean? There were some dope ass blogs doing interviews with him multiple times, but you know, I was one of the people as well. Bless up, Twix. Bless up, man. CEO, appreciate you. Have a good night. Yup. Yo, CEO says, have a good night. Have a good night and hit your mama up or pray to her. Wish her happy Mother's Day, y'all. Major salute to you, CEO. Salute to you, Alicia. I really appreciate you two for my top super chats tonight. $50 on the top super chat. Alicia, appreciate everything. Try me. 1017. Everybody that donated tonight to the channel, y'all make this worth it. Y'all make this something that I'm going to continue to come back to on a daily basis, so we can all, live this shit together. You know what I mean? Go through this together. Yeah, man. But yeah, so like I said, hit that link that I got pinned up. Like I said, hit the link that I got pinned up, y'all. Hit the link that I got pinned up, y'all, and check out the interview with Freeway. Drop a comment. Whoever drops a comment, I'm going on there tomorrow, and I am following y'all back on YouTube, y'all. And right here, follow me on Instagram. Follow for a follow. Alicia says, happy Mother's Day to all the real ones. Salute to the single dads. And everybody that follows me, I'm going to follow y'all back. You heard? If you're watching this on demand, you can follow me by the link in the description. You heard? Everybody who follows me, I'll follow y'all back, man. If you're watching this on demand, like I said, the link will be in the description. Great night, y'all. Great podcast, live podcast. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out. Later. Now I sound like Jeff Jarrett saying peace out. Peace out is out of date.